Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I hear you.
We're live, everybody. We're on the air.
Hey.
Oh, hey, everybody.
Let me pull up the YouTube page. Make sure it goes. All right. We've got 80 comments, so...
That's less than last time.
Is it less? Okay.
I thought
I
we
thought
had
it was 80
100.
like the last 3 times.
It might be 80 the last 3 times.
We're at YouTube is working, so we can fire off on all cylinders.
People are sick of our shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you got to get in there. It's like getting tickets for a concert. If you really want that question answered, got to get in there first. To get in
I like to think of it like Comic-Con.
It's exactly like Comic-Con, Kyle.
Yeah.
I was just there. I can confirm.
We've got
Brandon,
the scoop on Suicide
This is
Squad
Con.
coming up.
Brand, Q&A. Have you ever asked a question in a panel?
I asked a question at a panel at Comic-Con.
What did you do? What did you ask? What panel?
I asked a panel at a bunch of women talking about how women need to be in movies more. They specifically talked about the Bechdel test, which is fascinating. The Bechdel test is, were there more than one woman in the film? If there were 2 women, did they have a conversation at any point that was not about a man? 95% of films fail this, all of them. It's kind of a fascinating thing. And I got up and I was like, do you hate it in movies when a woman isn't playing a damsel in distress but has to say out loud, hey, look, I'm not being a damsel in distress? And they were like, yes. I'm like, okay, I hate that too. That was it. I sat down.
Can I tell you a behind-the-scenes thing before we really get this Q&A rolling?
Yeah.
So I was doing Boston at home.
Glasses too. Those glasses are rough.
These never clean. These glasses are done. So I had a reference to the Bechdel test in the most recent Boston at Home about how Cammy and Chun-Li were talking to each other. Like, there's a scene where it's just Cammy and Chun-Li talking to each other, but they are talking about a man. And then I thought that scene is like too feminist, so I took out that part of the language and just said I like that scene. Behind the scenes.
You cowered it out.
I cowered it out. Yep, absolutely I did.
This is why the GGs love you.
Question 1.
Hello, everybody. If you want to hear about tests in movies, you can go to the place. This is the July Easy Alley's Patron question answers. We just basically sit down and answer your questions. Not much to say. It's for $20 and up patrons. And if we're ready to get into it, I think our first question is a good one. It is from Henry Clark, and he asks, where is Rob Sluster?
None of us know.
He's on Twitter still.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Doubtful he's actually on Earth. I'll just put that out.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
Let me get you his Twitter handle. He's still tweeting.
I got it.
Okay.
It's at RK Sluster.
And I'm friends with him on Facebook, so if people are worried about his well-being, I can I can check if he's alive, but I'm pretty sure he's alive.
Yeah, he'll just make a jokey tweet now and then.
His Twitter bio just says, I don't know what I am.
Yep.
All of us.
He's one of those guys that just every 3 weeks will tweet a really, really good tweet. Just a really great observation about breakfast cereal or something. You're like, thank you, Rob. Yeah, Rob's still Robin.
Our next question comes from Professional Metal here, and there's a comment after this that I have to read because it's good. It says, name your favorite villain, either from a video game series, movie, TV, etc., from whatever, basically. And then Brennan immediately replying to that says, I'm predicting Huber's will be Albert Wesker.
Oh, Bowser.
Correct.
Hubert. Oh, over Bowser?
Yeah, Wesker's number 1.
Best
What
villain.
is it? Favorite video game character? Or villain?
No, favorite villain, but it doesn't have to be from a video game. It can be anything.
Oh, I know oh my god. Oh, duh, sorry. Ugh. Good question, but yeah. Joker for me, obviously. Joker, capital J Joker.
Yeah, Joker's pretty great.
Even though technically in the lore, I like Two-Face better. I like the story of Two-Face better, but Joker for the win.
I'm going to have to go with the Joker as well.
Yeah, Ben's right.
I know what
I should
kind.
study before this.
Yeah, I know. I know what kind of villain I like. I like villains that you can see where they're coming from. Like villains where you're like, yeah, I see why you're, I see why you're doing this. It's wrong, but I could see how you followed that train of logic to get there. But I can't think of any right now.
I would be pretty upset if nobody says Hans Gruber.
Hans
I'd be
Gruber.
real upset.
Pretty good.
Somebody help me out
Simon
here.
Gruber.
Pretty good.
Did research ahead of time to note what employees worked at the building so he could possibly cover as one of them. Thought of that ahead of time. Smart man.
Love it.
See, I'll just pick one since I can't think of which would be my favorite. I'll pick GLaDOS.
Oh yeah, she's good.
Good. Mine, well, game-wise, the Wind Waker Ganondorf, because he actually had the greatest motivation, and actually felt sympathetic towards his cause. And he actually won, but the gods decided he couldn't win. And then in movies, Agent Smith from The Matrix.
Ooh, nice pick. I like that one.
I like Iago from Othello, and I like Hannibal Lecter from Hannibal. And you know those movies, but specifically the show.
That's a good. I really like that.
Iago is great because, like, literally, Ian, you know, for what you were saying, like, Iago turns to the audience and he's like, "Okay, so here's what I'm doing." You're like, "Oh, all right.
This is what's up. This is where
Good
I'm
luck,
at."
bro."
Also, the alien Xenomorph. Come on.
Sure.
Yeah. Movie, probably Kylo Ren, and game Twilight Princess Ganon.
Oh, you mean the one that was
Kylo
shoehorned?
Best Ganon.
Shoehorn Ganon?
Still better than Wind Waker Ganon.
Shoehorn Ganon.
Good question.
Yeah.
Oh, Moriarty.
Those are cool.
Our next question, if everybody's ready.
Real quick, Liquid Snake.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys.
Ben, feel free to cut us off. Just go plot like a steam locomotive. Just
Okay. All right. I didn't need to say that. You're right. Go forward.
Our next question.
Well, Boston starts early.
It's a heavy hitter, if I can get through it. Hey, everyone. I was wondering, do any of you ever feel like things you make aren't good enough? And if so, how do you not let it stop you from creating things?
So,
find something to numb yourself from the pain. No, I'm just kidding.
this is how I feel about almost everything I make. Basically, you just have to know that the next thing you do will be better. Because, yeah, everything you do is not good enough, basically. Everything I do is not good enough, for sure. So, yeah, you just improve a little bit each time, because you're only a human.
Trey Parker thinks that way. He said so in a documentary that Comedy Central produced. So the guy who created South Park, which is now in its 20th season, the guy who won a Tony a couple years ago, doesn't think he's worth shit. So, you know, whatever. Everybody thinks that way. Deep down.
Do it for one person.
Yeah.
One person is going to love it. That's all that matters.
Amen.
I generally follow
How many
the rule,
people are watching? Wait, how many people are watching?
There are.
How many we got?
There are 54 people watching right now.
All right. What's up?
We do it
people?
for these 54.
Amen.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh, I just, yeah. Yeah, I always just follow the rule, like, do stuff that you like, and if you think something is good or you like it, someone else will too, most of the time, and then a bunch of people won't. But, yeah, just always try to learn something or improve every time, like Bossman said. Yeah.
I'm somebody that if you give me 100 comments and 99 of them are positive and one of them is like very, very, very mean, I will ignore the other 99 comments and feel like the entire thing is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to. I think it's really easy to get into your own head, but you have to take a step back and you have to try to be a little bit more rational with it. And you have to say, well, you know, of course, not everyone is going to like it. I have to realize that there is all of this other positivity that I have to focus on, and I can't just let these one or two people ruin things. I don't know.
Impossible.
Yeah. So.
The bad comment's always going to win.
But you
The power of evil is so strong.
Saw a good comment the other day. A video was posted of crap. What was it? It was like a review or something. And it was like a 15-minute video, and the video had been posted for 2 minutes, and there was already a thumbs down. So it's like you didn't even watch this.
Oh, that happens with every single episode of Easy Update. There's someone who's just like camped and hits. Even on the little teaser I did.
I gotta respect the game. I gotta respect that.
Downvote.
That actually happens with a lot of Easy Allies videos.
Yeah.
They're just people that are like waiting for that thing they don't like to be posted. They put the yeah.
Hey, we're doing it for them too.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
will stay
something to
committed to
do.
disappoint those people day after day.
Iago's also the parrot, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also
Correct.
good.
Jafar!
Good one, Brad.
Huber, was that
Hearts,
your,
everybody.
was
King
that
of
your
Hearts.
impression?
That was Brad.
Brad, you did an impression, man?
That's
Yeah,
Gilbert
you missed
Gottfried,
it,
bro.
man.
Nice.
Let's move forward.
Our next question, well, it's not a question, it's a statement from Lucas Smith. He says, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Like
That's
per
a
day?
Question.
Like per day, per week, what? Specifics.
All time.
All time?
3 2x4s.
In its lifetime?
One corpse in Hitman on the new Hitman.
The answer is about 700 pounds.
The Kokiri Forest.
Just a little.
Next.
Compared to beavers, groundhogs, woodchucks are not adept at moving timber, although some will chew wood.
Our next question comes from Michael Rymar. I like the name Rymar. That kind of sounds like a Pokemon name. I have a suggestion. It would be great if on the site there was a section just for bets. So it would list current ongoing bets, who they were against, what the bets were, and the stakes.
That's
And
a
if they were
smart idea.
completed, they were stricken out but still viewable. Would be fun to look back on them years later. Anyway, great job as usual. Keep on trucking.
Kyle, if we put resources towards that and you got in contact with Brent, could you put that together?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I
You can
could.
also
do
make
it.
a forum post.
Yeah, it could easily just be a forum post.
Oh, forum posts would be easier, yeah, because I don't know. I haven't touched the web design yet. I don't know that part yet.
I would also love a werehog count. I would love it so much, just a werehog page. easyallies.com/werehogs, and it's just where they're at.
That is not what werehogs are about, man.
Who got what?
I had 4 for a
Talking
while.
about hard numbers.
I have 15,000 werehogs right now.
I thought somebody had all of them.
I want that in print.
I thought
I gotta
One
work the
person
numbers
just
for you,
says all
Kyle.
of them.
You gotta work the numbers. I gotta
Okay.
work the werehogs.
All right.
If that,
A forum post is actually a really good idea. I think that I could manage that, actually.
start there, baby steps.
Yeah.
Our next question is from Diego, and I really like this one a lot. He says, hello, allies. Just one question. Now that Huber revealed that his spirit animal is Jason Vandenberg, what gaming personality would you consider yours? Except Kyle, we've always known his is Shigeru Minamoto.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, easy. Hidetaka Miyazaki.
Too cool.
wait, are they supposed to be
Bow
characters
before
or
him.
human beings?
Human
Talking
being.
about human beings.
And Vandenberg.
Jason Voorhees is not a regular. That's a,
Jason Vandenberg, not
Jason
Voorhees.
Hey, Jason Voorhees also my spirit animal.
Dan Hauser.
Whoa.
Does everybody know who Dan Hauser is? Does
No.
anyone not know who Dan Hauser is?
GTA. Oh my god.
Yeah, but like,
How
GTA,
awesome is
Brad.
that? How awesome it is Brad doesn't know who Dan Hauser is.
Who's
like
that?
you don't know
Dan
who
Hauser
Dan
is the
Hauser
creator and the primary creative influence on every Grand Theft Auto ever made.
Oh, cool.
And
Oh,
is
God.
just chilling in an office somewhere, doing no interviews. He's like the guy. He's like the guy who created the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's all that man has ever done.
Sorry, Huber.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
see
like-
that guy doing interviews all the time, so I
It's
don't
like-
know who he is.
Yeah, it's like Peter Mayhew. He never does it on camera. The guy's just straight up elusive. He's like Bill Watterson, the guy who made Calvin and Hobbes. He's just like, I'm out. Like,
Pretentious.
great. I love it. My spirit animal.
I can't think of one.
Ugh.
Miyazaki, I guess. But I wish I could think of a girl.
It's interesting because you guys are interpreting the question differently than I thought, because I thought it was saying like which gaming person is like most like you, but maybe
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The spirit animal is what you want, also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
Well, for me, Hauser's a really good businessman, and he's not. He does the incorrect approach that I did early in GT, where it's like I'm not going to put myself in front of the camera. I don't. I'd rather be behind the scenes, supporting other creative people, having them get the credit. Or really nobody. It's like the Grand Theft Auto franchise is not a series that you pick apart all of these other celebrities among the development team. The company's just like, game, leave us alone. And like, just
no,
like
they
really-
put their names right at the top of that. They're so proud of that game.
Yeah, they are.
Again,
Written by
I don't-
Dan Hauser.
I just
Yeah.
don't think they do as much publicity as other people do. Like
They don't do the
E3
publicity,
appearances and press conference appearances and all that shit.
Yeah.
But Yeah, what's Blood's?
I don't know his personality wise, but I think I'll just go with Sakaguchi.
The Gooch.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Don't say that.
He calls himself the
Dang.
Gooch.
No, damn it.
He calls
Hashtag the
himself
gooch.
the gooch.
Let's see. I was gonna do something funny there. I was gonna do the Sakaguchi thing. But Yoshiaki Koizumi is mine. Why are you laughing,
that?
Kyle?
I want to do.
laugh. That was like a squeal.
I want to do comedy lessons with Damiani. Saying I was gonna do something funny there, and then doing it anyway almost
Yeah.
never plays. That almost never plays.
That wasn't supposed to be funny though.
So I'll do Damiani. I'll do that stream you want to do if I'm allowed to do comedy lessons with you the whole time too.
We're gonna do comedy lessons.
Yeah.
Is
I'll
this
teach
like
you some comedy.
is this like summer lessons?
Wait, so who is the person you named? I don't even know who that is.
Kyle, you're a fraud.
Yep.
This is the mastermind, one of the true masterminds behind the Legend of Zelda series, and actually the director of Super Mario Galaxy and producer. Yeah.
Okay, I'm on board now. I know
He
who you're
works
talking
on
about.
the EAD Tokyo team now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Also, Kyle adheres too closely to the rules of comedy, I think.
I'm
They're
just
more
gonna
like
do-
guidelines.
Take his
just coaching
lessons
him.
and then forget them.
You know what else he did, Kyle? Captain Toad.
Yeah.
A great, not platforming game.
Once you jog me down. Wait, but what is he? How is that person like you?
What do you mean?
We gotta move
Is
on.
there a spirit? Okay.
No, no, move
You
on.
missed it, Kyle.
He's not playing by the rules.
Yeah.
My spirit animal is Yuji Horii. I wanna age like that man.
Do you think he plays the Dragon Quest soundtrack before he goes to sleep every night?
Yeah, but he doesn't play it on like an MP3. He like busts
Has like
out a trumpet.
There's an orchestra in his house.
He conducts it as he goes to sleep.
I'm so sad. No one has said Ono or Harada.
I don't know how I stumbled on this last night, but Stephen Colbert was doing an interview with Key from Key and Peele, and during the interview, he kept bringing up like the rules of improv, and I got so annoyed at him because it just seemed really aggressive. It's like, man, we get it. You took improv classes. You're part of an improv troupe. Like, no one cares. Like, I hated that so
Improv
much.
is the worst.
I hated it so much. Like he had a badge on. Drove me insane. Anyway, are we ready for the next question?
Yes.
More than.
Our next question is from Joe Town. He says, "Hi all. I originally submitted this for Frame Trap, but luckily it didn't have time to make it in. Seeing as this feels a much better venue for it. If Mega Man defeated you in battle, what weapon based on your own personality or character would he get? For example, if Mega Man defeated Jotown Man, he would get the often misunderstood, sarcastic Remark Blaster." This is a good question. Very tough.
Yeah, that's funny.
He would get bad Adam Sandler impressions from me.
That's a good one.
Well.
Well done, Brad.
Well, since I never got that sequel to Kabuki Quantum Fighter, it'd be headbanging. Yeah.
Headbanging. Cool.
I don't
You-
think I've
you ever
ever
play
seen
that?
a headbang in my entire life.
Yeah, when
No,
we
I
can
don't.
do some headbanging, bud.
He's got the hair for it too.
That's what I'm saying. But no, did you ever play that? Kabuki
No.
Quantum Fighter at NES? Went around headbanging enemies?
None of us know what you're talking about, Blood.
Good game.
He would get really loud shockwaves when he talks to blow people back.
Mine would be he would take continual damage whenever he was in the sun.
Or not playing a Hearthstone.
Dang it. The sun thing is really funny.
Does it have something to do with a rule, Kyle?
It's a smug bomb. So it's like basically it doesn't do much damage, but to the enemy, you're moving indifferently than you are in real life, I guess. The smug bomb.
Mine
You grow
would be
a pixel taller.
Mine would be an AoE like nihilism cloud that would just make enemies just start questioning everything until they realize that there's no reason to go on.
Mine would be an excessive amount of confidence, like too much confidence.
Yeah,
Like,
you've
you
had
wouldn't be able to
spinach in your teeth this whole time.
You wouldn't be able to control them, like, you know, in certain plots. You would just take over and just run around.
That's a cool power.
Man.
You would be able to summon someone who just continuously talks about Nintendo so much that the enemies just walk away.
Nice.
Our next question comes from Nick. He says, "Hey guys, now that we're safely past the E3 chaos, is there any chance you might do a more ambitious creative project? I seem to recall Jones saying something about a Batman musical a while ago."
Mm-hmm.
That was
I'm
the Game
working
Trailers
on
for
it.
sure. The Batman musical? Thanks, I appreciate it.
Not bad. Just like other creative stuff. One comes out tonight, as a matter of fact.
Woo! I'm going to do some kooky stuff with Cuppa Jones coming up. Some unconventional episodes.
Whoa.
I'm thinking about doing.
Yeah, I mean, there's this little thing we're doing called a retrospective. I don't know if that counts.
Yeah, you know. That's
To me,
taking
it's very-
multi-hours.
Very conventional to me, though.
That'll be like an hour long.
Yeah.
It should be fun.
Retrospective
Conventional.
is.
I mean, retro can be whatever the heck we want it to be, really.
I mean, it's going
I'd
to
like
be
to do a
VO
big
with
thing.
game footage over it.
Nope.
It's not?
Live acted retrospective.
Oh. A play. You have to see it. Not videotaped. Theatrical retrospective.
You have to buy tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are definitely thinking about
eggs
stuff.
in there.
Yeah. Nothing
What?
we can tease at this point. We're thinking about stuff. There's nothing we can tease yet.
Yeah.
Just watch Easy Update, baby.
Because that's the thing. Like we talk about that on the podcast every week. It's just like, oh, they announced that a little bit too early. They should have taken their time with that. And like,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
gotta take our time.
Dragon Quest retrospective coming fall 2016.
How dare you!
No, I'm just kidding. Kidding.
Confirmed.
Joke. It was a joke. Fabian Kindle, I was wondering, what are your favorite books?
Invitation to a Beheading by Vladimir Nabokov. Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy. Yeah. The Peripheral was pretty good.
Shining.
Yeah.
I love a lot of like old sci-fi, like H.G. Wells, Invisible Man, Time Machine, Dr. Moreau.
Interesting.
Yeah, a lot of Isaac Asimov, the Foundation trilogy, Dune, all that good stuff.
Dune, yes.
Dune's extremely good. The Hobbit.
Yeah,
Princess
Hobbit's probably my
Bride
favorite.
was good.
Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy, like, now that it's become this mega franchise. But yeah, I mean, Lord of the Rings is always my favorite. And also Tolkien's essay on fairy stories is pretty cool as well, to follow up with it.
A fun conversation to think of is when Tolkien went into his publisher and he's like, so I'm working on another fantasy book. And they're like, oh, is another Hobbit adventure? And he's like, yeah, kinda. You know, like explaining Fellowship. He's just like, I'm starting like a new thing. They're like, we just love those little jolly Hobbit journeys. And he's like, it is kind of that. You'll like it.
Oh yeah, and everything J.K. Rowling writes. So Casual Vacancy, and her pseudonym for the Corman Strike trilogy.
Deep cuts. 10
out of 10, dude. If you guys haven't read the Corman Strike the Corman Strike books, woo!
Is that her other name?
Intense murder mystery.
Book hype.
I got one recommendation from when I used to read. It's called Master and Margarita. I don't read much anymore, but I really love that book.
Master and Margarita?
Yep, The Master and Margarita.
I want to read this.
Neuromancer is really good.
Fear and Loathing. Or really anything.
Hot water music.
I really love Stephen King's On Writing because while it is about writing, the way that he teaches you about writing is by like telling stories from different points in his life, and like that book is what inspired me to write. Like single-handedly, it was amazing.
Whoa.
Pretentious.
Leave the door shut. Pretentious.
If you say that, you've read it.
No, I heard you say it like on Frame Trap a week ago.
Yeah.
Leave the door shut.
It's a good book.
Never write when the door's open, he says, or something, right?
Yeah, never write when the door's open. Shut the door.
It's pretty epic.
Ray Bradbury's book on writing is terrible.
Who is Ray Bradbury?
Oh God. He's a sci-fi author, like Fahrenheit 451.
Okay.
Martian Chronicles. Good game back in the day. Martian Chronicles.
Whoop.
The Winston Future King by T.H. White.
Good pick.
I like Arthur mythology a lot.
Whoa. Learning about Damiani. This is fun for me.
Yeah. Anyway.
Our next question is from Steven. He says, Dear Allies, 20th Century Fox is releasing the Assassin's Creed film this year. In a panic to compete, Big Hollywood hires the Easy Allies to produce a rival video game movie. Which IP do you adapt? You cast.
Don't ask me.
You direct. Which Kanye West song do you regretfully use in the trailer? Can you give a brief synopsis of the plot? Will it be a future cinematic tour de force, or will Kyle get a game of the year?
The first idea that came to mind was Mirror's Edge. I think that could be kind of crazy.
First person.
No.
Get the whole theater sick.
There's probably like one section where she almost falls and it goes first person, you know, but... I think
okay, the Kanye West song we use in that trailer for Mirror's Edge is All of the Lights. Just... Yeah, that's going to be really good, actually.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because it starts at nighttime, then we switch to day, and she's just doing sick, just like,
yeah.
All of the lights. Yeah, those would be really good.
I mean, obviously we'd want to make a Dark Souls or Bloodborne movie.
I was thinking Easy Allies should do Final Fantasy 13, like the entire trilogy.
Oh my god.
That's the right answer, yes.
That's a great one.
Dude, oh,
Yes.
dude,
A
Mass
9-part
Effect.
Netflix series.
Who would? All right, I have to know. Who would star Lightning?
Ian Hank.
I wish.
You up to the test?
Emily Blunt.
No.
Emily Blunt is really funny. It's really funny.
It's really funny.
Oh,
Can that be
God.
Snow?
That's lightning.
Emily Browning.
Dude, Emily
Charlize
Blunt is
Theron.
Lightning.
No, Snow's George Clooney, Huber.
No, wait, George Clooney's Hope. Really annoying.
No, Zac Efron is Hope.
Yes.
Can we get Will Smith as
Oh my
Seth?
god.
Sure.
Oh, Lightning's here.
And Adam Sandler's Barthanalis.
I want nothing more than to make a mafia movie starring Easy Allies.
Oh my god.
Oh, starring Easy Allies, okay.
Yeah, that would be mine.
I've always wanted to make Twisted Metal. No one would watch it, but that's my 2
Huber.
cents. I've always thought that would make a stupid, fun, like Grindhouse kind of movie.
I can
Dude,
make it
Joe,
okay
I'm
movie.
ready.
Yeah.
I
Who's
think
the-
we should do a Mafia episode of Easy Update and a Twisted Metal episode of Easy Update, making it happen.
So, green
think about
screen,
this.
drive a
Who's
car
in
into
the car?
garage, green
Yeah,
screen.
the cars.
We just go to Wasteland Weekend.
Green screen.
Or we could, it could be like half
You can't just
machinima.
green screen a car. You need like
can't.
models, computer.
I think we
graphics.
capture PS1 footage and then like step out of those cars.
Ian, if you
Now
come
we're just
down,
actually making the Twisted Metal games.
Ian, I know a really, really good place to film driving fast if you're up to the task.
Okay.
For real, I'm not even kidding.
No, yeah,
Not even
I
joking.
believe you. I believe you. Let's do it.
Okay.
I was on a
Also-
set once where we were filming a car crash, and then a car crashed into our production. It was really
Did you get it on film?
Yeah, did you get it on film, bud?
No, because it was on the backside of like where the trailer and everything was. They hit our one of our backup generators.
Did it explode?
No, it just started leaking.
Nice. Pure energy. Also, Mass Effect series would be cool. Anyway.
These questions have been really good so far. I've enjoyed them. Our next one comes from Usman. He says, "Hey Allies, what is everyone's favorite go-to pizza place, both individually and as a group? I'm guessing Domino's Pizza is the group favorite, but just wanted to confirm. Also, what is everyone's favorite toppings and drinks to go with the pizza meal?"
LA has shit pizza.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Straight
true.
up.
That's
It's
true.
shit.
They say it's in the bread.
I go to a place called Dough Room, and it's not very good. And I get a sparkling water, and my pizza is called the Naked Lady because I can't have dairy. So it's just bread with red sauce on it, and I throw some grilled chicken on it. It's disgusting.
Naked
But
Lady, though.
I eat it a lot.
I'm gonna throw out a pizza place that doesn't exist anymore, but it was awesome. It was called Nova Express, and it was like totally like B-movie sci-fi themed. It had like a big Cthulhu costume in the corner and like
Oh
all
my
kinds of
gosh.
like toys all over the place, and like they used the old like projection TV to like project old movies on the wall. And then they had a lot of cool pizzas and shakes and stuff too. But you can still, I think you can still Google Nova Express LA and find pictures, but it's unfortunately gone. I want to say it was on Fairfax,
The
right over by Cantor's.
the only place I really go to though is Stella Barra. It's right next to the ArcLight. Because I'm always
Which
at the
ArcLight?
ArcLight
Hollywood?
Hollywood. So I'm there like twice a week. So I usually go to Stella Barra. It's really nice. It's good.
Mm.
It's like kind of a little. It's like you're not a pizzeria. It's a little like fancy, not like pretentious fancy or anything. They have like a bakery there and stuff. It's cool.
My favorite pizzeria of all time was called the Village Pizzeria, and it's in Dresser, Wisconsin, which is like a town of 300 people. It's really good.
I don't. Sorry, Brad. Go ahead.
No, go
Green
ahead.
olives.
Sorry.
I don't trust anything that is not by like a major chain brand, so I'm definitely gonna go with Domino's. And if that's not available, DiGiorno for sure.
Where's Pizza Hut?
Wow.
Name brand for
That's
pizza.
terrible.
Yeah, that's like-
It was a
That's like
joke.
the worst possible.
Oh.
Joke.
Oh, okay. you played it too straight.
You got me.
Comedy from Boston.
You
You
got
played it
me.
too straight. We didn't get it.
No, I think it was good. Honestly, I think it was
Boston,
pretty good.
teach him how to comedy. Oh,
I got
master.
no notes. I think I was pretty good.
There's this pizza place by my house called Lamppost Pizza. Hubert knows it.
Yes.
I know that
Uh,
place.
They had a Namco machine in there, so I played a lot of Metal Slug, stuff like that. Went for the pizza. You gotta have Dr. Pepper with your pizza.
Good pick, Brad.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had the Die Hard arcade game.
They did.
but no longer.
Yeah, it didn't make
It's
sense.
sad.
Growing up, my Pizza Hut had the 6-player X-Men arcade machine, and
That's
Oh,
Oh,
nice, nice.
Remember when the pizza places used to always have the Tabletop Pac-Mans and
Yeah.
Galaxy?
Yeah.
Oh, that is the
Right
best
there.
way to play
Other
Pac-Man.
restaurants used to have that.
Uh,
Go, Kyle. I'll go after you.
Just Tabletop Frogger is actually a really cool arcade game because the perspective
nice.
matches the
Yes.
layer.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Damiani.
Context.
So yeah, I agree. I haven't had great pizza out here. Carmine's Pizza in Addison, Texas, is legit New York style pizza. So, and no one answered the topping. So pepperoni, black olive, and garlic is what I like on my pizza.
I like chicken and green olives.
Dude, put everything on that pizza. Mushrooms, chicken, bacon,
Anchovies.
red pepper, green pepper. Give me
I don't
all.
like everything, but I tend to like the works. And one thing Nova Express introduced me to that I actually like is artichoke hearts on pizza. Is pretty good.
Yeah. Oh,
There's
guys,
something-
remember Blaze? We used to go to Blaze Pizza.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Get those
Yeah,
s'mores.
Blaze Pizza is really good.
Blaz
Pizza.
Pazza.
Blaz.
Oh my
There's
god.
something, like artful about Blubber saying, "I don't like everything, but I tend to like the works." It's
Me too. I would say that's a lyric for sure.
Yeah. I don't love everything, but give me the works.
A slice of just plain cheese pizza from the pizza place across from my dorm in college, just like 2 buildings south of Boylston and Tremont, is better than any slice I've ever had in California. But I'm not a big foodie guy. But yeah, East Coast pizza is definitely the best.
I just
and I'll eat
remember-
anything if you put it on a pizza.
I just remembered that I had a dream last night. I couldn't get to sleep till like 4:30. I had a dream, I think, about the Discs of Tron arcade game. I was somewhere and they had the arcade machine, and I was like freaking out.
Yes.
Good dream, I guess.
I don't remember playing it, but I remember freaking out.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, so our next question is a bit of a doozy. I'm worried that it's going to be very messy, but we'll do it anyway. It's from Brennan. He says, "Hey, allies, I've got a bit of a game for you guys here. Hopefully it works out. First, everyone think of a video game character who would be the closest match to your personality. Then each of you must pick one video game character to describe the personality of the other allies in the Q&A. Don't be afraid to justify your answer.
I already forgot the rules.
Make this funny. So everybody has to think of a character that you think matches you, and then everyone else has to pick a character that represents everyone else. So like I have to think of somebody that I think represents me, keep it to myself, and then I have to say like, okay, Brad, you remind me of this video game character, or Brandon, you remind me of this video game character.
This
Well,
one
that's gonna
could-
take a while. I gotta write these down, right?
I
Yeah,
think
we can't
no,
do
no.
everyone.
I think we should just do the person before us and the person after us.
So
Because
you
we
would
can't do everyone.
You would do Ian and Damiani,
Sure.
and I would do.
Yeah, assign them out, Ben.
Well, here's the thing: we're
Okay.
all in different orders on each other's screens.
So yeah, Ben
What if
assign
we
them
just
out,
did-
and everybody knows
Me
like,
and
who
Huber.
their buddy is.
Wait, what if we just did the person to the left of us?
I have to write things down.
We're all in different orders.
We all
Or
have
different orders.
Oh, well,
Let's
all
just-
you have different orders.
Well, let's just make Hubert do this. Make Hubert
Make
answer
Hubert
the
do
question.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
All right.
Oh wait, hold on. One of the stipulation.
Okay.
Think of somebody that you think represents you, and let Huber know whether or not it lines up or how far apart it is.
Okay.
Okay.
So Huber's assigning one to everyone, and we're all assigning one to ourselves.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a good deal.
Okay.
Kyle Bossman,
Mm-hmm.
Tom Nook.
Who's Tom Nook?
Animal Crossing.
Oh.
He collects money.
Who only cares about
He's a
money?
big
He's the villain.
I
Yeah.
don't understand. I don't understand
all
that.
about money.
I don't get it.
That's a
He's a
personal attack.
taskmaster. He's a rule setter.
When is the last time you've seen me be all about money?
Every day.
It's not right.
Every week.
Kyle, dude, making it rain. Yeah.
Every week around 9:30.
Producer
Tuesday.
Bossman's thinking.
Bradley Ellis,
Mm-hmm.
Bruce.
Cool.
Wow.
Bruce.
Wow.
Kick!
That's a big one.
Kyle's jealous.
You girls.
I wanted it to be Groose.
All right. I'll redo. Kyle, Rio Pokemon trainer.
Whoa.
Yeah. Especially with
Rival.
that hood on right
Look
now.
at that little smile.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Day made.
Ian Hank created Bloodborne character.
Yeah. Are we saying our own now too, or no?
Almost done.
No.
Brandon Jones.
What's that noise?
Who's cleaning dishes right now?
Who's doing dishes?
Who's
got
doing
my-
it?
I bet Omar.
I got my dumb Canadian buddy over here is just clanging around in the kitchen.
Great.
Brandon Jones. John Marston.
Yeah.
Saw that
Yeah.
coming, yeah.
Well done.
Daniel Bloodworth. Geralt of Rivia.
This is going well. This is good.
Whatever we've been playing in the last year, that's the answer.
Damiani. Princess Zelda. And last but certainly not least, Benjamin Moore. The Hearthstone dwarf announcer. Come on in, that guy.
The bartender.
Very good.
Yeah, the bartender in Hearthstone.
It's cold outside.
Ben Moore, you remind me of Fukusan from Persona 3 for some reason. I don't know why,
Really?
but you always give me that vibe.
Okay.
Fukusan's
wait.
sick, by the way.
Now do we say our own?
Yes.
How'd I do?
That was great.
Great, Hubert.
Huber's is probably the most correct, but anytime I say that, people yell at me. So the one I was thinking of was Chapel Samaritan from Bloodborne, because nobody knows if I'm bad or good. I just want to be friends with everybody, and nobody's sure if I'm a boy or a girl.
Love that character.
I think I am similar to, in some ways, MGS1 Otacon.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
the otaku.
Yeah.
I'm Bruce.
Yeah.
That fucking mic drop right there.
I like being labeled as like a thief and murderer who rang with like a nasty gang. and then like we'll get married and have a child, and then meet his end. At what I'm guessing it is like 40s. For myself, I'd actually picked Edgar from Final Fantasy VI. Because even as a small child, I saw this guy just like being smarmy with the ladies and flaunting his power over everybody, and I was like, I love this guy. So, Edgar.
I guess I'm kind of like the Persona 3 protagonist or 4 protagonist. I always got the vibe from those 4 or 2.
Oh, I can definitely see who's the Persona 3 protagonist for sure. I can definitely see it. Okay, our next question. Thank you, Brendan, for that one. That was fun. First, I loved Kyle's Super Mario Sunshine answer to my question last month. His answer of wanting a scene of Bowser opening up to his son, who his mother was immediately, hit me in a way I had never considered those characters before. My question this month is for Ben. In a previous EZA video, you spoke about how writing the Ben's Lore Corner fulfilled you with such creative gratification. I have the feeling, well, which is why I'm surprised those posts stopped. What happened? Will they return? The reason they stopped is the time I stopped writing them, I was super, super busy and didn't do them anymore. And it's like one of those things is when you don't do it once, you kind of fall into a bad rhythm. The other thing is that I'm worried with Tabletop Escapades is like the more that I develop the world, while it's super fun and satisfying for me, I don't want to like constrain the players. Like I don't want them to feel like I'm shoving this world down their throats. Like I want there to be an outline and a framework, but then I want them to feel in the details. I want them to be able to tell their own stories. And so I got a little bit worried that like I would overdevelop the world.
We ain't reading it.
No, I know.
I was reading those actually.
Kyle.
Were we not supposed to?
I
No,
thought
you're
we
absolutely
weren't supposed to.
supposed to. Ian just doesn't.
Oh,
okay.
I thought we weren't supposed to.
Just kidding. No, you can read them. Everybody can read them. But yeah, I didn't want to overdevelop the world. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn Ben's Lore Corner into something like, I get questions all the time, like how do I get into D, where do I start? I have no confidence as a DM or a player or whatever, and just like making posts that address those questions.
That post was super good that you wrote about just D&D in general. That was really, really good.
Yeah, that's actually the one I'm most proud of. And yeah, I want to do that because I think D&D is a very cool thing, and I want to be able to speak to it more. So, yep. That's that.
Is Sword Coast Legends good?
No.
It came out on PS4.
It's ass. It is like, it's such a brilliant idea, and it's total ass. Like,
hey, Ben, we were struggling with our words for our review scores at the end. The 1 star should just be ass. Can you imagine?
I would be totally okay with that.
That's very funny.
I did make a score for, or I made a word for 0, but I don't think we'll ever use it.
Brandon, if there was, when the star page comes up on the review, and then here's how I envision it. It comes up as 1 star, and then ass fades in, and then there's just a beat, and you just go deadpan ass. Like, oh, it would be so good.
Ass.
All right, our next question comes from Alec Church. Guys, I need to know, what is the origin...
Alec got me into Comic-Con.
Oh,
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
No,
it's okay.
I love this, man.
Yeah, that's a good thing to say. Guys, I need to know, what is the origin of Get Up on That Desk song? If it's a deep inside joke, please share. It's delightful, and I sing it at work.
During E3...
I wasn't even there for that.
Yeah, during E3, 2 E3, like not this last E3, but the one before.
Yeah, the last one on PT.
Oh, 2015. Yeah.
Yeah, we were doing our 16-hour-a-day live streams.
Filling that dead air.
And I can't remember which one of us started singing it first. It might have been me or Kyle. Yeah, it was Kyle. And then we started singing it every time someone had to get up on that desk.
Well, can I tell you why?
Why?
We had just been playing Gears of War and Smash Bros on the couch for like 2 time, and we needed energy. And so I sang that song to give us energy to get back up on that desk, and it worked. And so Get Up on That Desk was also like a revitalization song, a song about getting your energy back to
Healing spell.
put up a good show.
A healing spell, yeah. It gives you hyper.
Yeah.
It's a song of healing.
Yeah.
I think one of the...
You're a bard, Kyle.
I think one of the most inspirational things that this group has ever said is when Kyle said, take a rocket ship to the sun. Sometimes that still pops into my head. I wish that would have caught on more. Our next question is from Raymond Chow. Hello, there's still a bunch of highly anticipated games yet to be released this year with No Man's Sky, Final Fantasy 15, Last Guardian, Deus Ex, and of course Metroid Prime Federation Force, Kappa. All coming so soon. If you could only play
Nobody's signed up for that Federation Force review yet.
There's a
Damiani.
That's Damiani written all over it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Look forward to it, Damiani. Thanks for signing on. If you could play one more new game this year and could never play the others, what would it be? Thanks, you guys are the best. Final Fantasy 15, easily.
Yeah, me
Not
too.
even close.
So we can only
Dreams.
play one of them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
one.
Oh, man.
Last
Between No
Guardian.
Man's Sky and Last Guardian, that's a tough choice.
I refuse.
Dreams.
Last Guardian for me.
Dragon
I
Quest
rebel.
Builders.
I rebel. I refuse. No,
Brandon,
I
I
rebel.
really like that answer. Thank you.
Last Guardian.
There's the dishes.
I think
Kyle,
I
tell
would
him
do
to
No Man's
quiet
Sky.
down.
probably.
I'll take the Uncharted 4 single-player DLC.
Okay.
That's not coming this year, bud.
Oh, it's coming.
There's no way that's done this year.
Believe.
The single player? Oh, I bet it'd probably be September, October.
Hubert, anytime you say something ridiculous, and I'm like, no, it's not going to happen, and then you say believe, I'm like, well... like,
Touche.
I thought for serious about this, I think I'm doing 15 over Last Guardian, but that was not easy.
Yeah, it's a tough choice, man.
Last Guardian had its 9-year chance. It's
So
over.
did 15.
Final Fantasy 15 has an anime, Last Guardian doesn't. It's not that hard.
Seal.
CG movie, too.
Hey, Ben, did you see Kingsglaive doesn't have a LA screening?
No.
It doesn't?
But there's one, like, close by. It's, like, in Santa Ana, I think.
I'll go to
Santa
Santa
Ana.
Ana.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll
That's
do
where
that
those
drive.
winds
LA.
come from.
What's that?
That's where those winds come from.
If I have to travel less than 50 miles to see Kingsglaive, I'm happy. Like, that's nothing. No problem.
Why are they not doing an LA screening? That's stupid.
It's not on their
That is
site list.
bizarre.
Because of our E3 impressions.
LA's trash.
All right, our next question comes from A7X458. He says, "Hello, allies. Why did the chicken cross the road? Thank you, and fight Huber, fight."
Because you didn't keep the fence up.
Let me stop you there, Blood. This is a classic comedy setup.
Oh, how many lessons of time? Episode 1. It was playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
Damiani gave it the right answer. We modernized it.
Yeah, I go with Damiani.
Oh my god.
We all go with Damiani.
Yeah, Damiani.
He wins.
This next question, just the way it's phrased, is very funny to me. Andreas asks, "Do any of you guys cook regularly, or do you eat out all the time? You rarely hear anybody in games media talk about eating self-cooked food."
I eat out every single meal.
No, I never cook for myself ever. No.
Really? I
Never.
have this weird like arc. You could probably make a drawing of it where like I basically like go to the grocery store and I buy everything, and then I eat it until I run out, and then I put off going to the grocery store, and so I eat out for 2 weeks. It's basically what happens to me.
Well, that's good. That's good observational humor. I do that too.
I'm 50-50. Clean 50-50. Cook half the time. Eat out half the time.
Huber, I'm probably the same. I think it comes right down to 50-50. It didn't used to be that way. I used to eat out all the time. But home-cooked meals, man.
They're great.
Yeah.
Pork
Here's the
chops
weird
last night.
thing.
Especially if they're from the Midwest. Hit me up. What's up?
Pizza.
The weird thing is, on the Kingsglaive site, it says in select theaters August 16th or 19th, and then it lists New York, Chicago, Dallas, San Francisco, whatever, but then if you click find a theater, none of them are in Los Angeles. There's one in Orange.
We don't want to go there.
AMC had a
block?
separate listing.
Yeah, we don't want to go there.
No block. Stay
I
at home,
think
watch it
on
at
the
home.
AMC site it says that it's going to be in
It's playing at Mercado.
Santa Monica,
Santa Clara.
and Marina Del Rey at the Dine-In Theater, and Marina Del Rey the other one.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's all over in LA, Damiani.
Yeah, Damiani has let me down with multiple things recently. All right. Our next
I
question
can only go though if Ben cosplays as Gladiolus.
Yeah.
Nope. I guess we'll be going separately.
Can I be Prompto?
Yes.
Yes, you are already Prompto. But this is probably a good time to say this. I am actually intending to organize a fan meetup, going to King's Live. So I'm sure most of us at Easy Allies are going to be going together, and I would love for other people to come too. So if you're in the LA area, I would love to come and just geek out over King's Live and Final Fantasy and all that stuff. So
We should
more
tweet it out
details
ahead of
soon.
time.
Nope, gonna do it. I'm only gonna promote it while I'm at the theater.
Okay.
Our next question comes from Rickham Robo. He says, "You wake up in a dark room, dazed and confused.
Here we
You find your fellow allies beside you. Soon after, a voice through the intercom reveals that you must compete in a killing game with your fellow allies.
Oh no.
Only 2 men survive. You must use your cunning to trick your comrades to trusting you and then off them. Who is the first person to get killed, and who are the last
Oh my God.
standing?"
Yeah, Kyle. We would all kill Kyle first.
You're wrong. I live. I survived to the end.
Yeah, you can't trick Kyle that easy.
Kyle's a mastermind, dude.
I
Kyle
think-
is-
No, that's
There's
why
only
we all
one
beat him to death
survivor, and it's
instantly.
Kyle. Kyle's legit killing everyone.
Who could live, but it's just I walk out.
Just one. Just Kyle.
Think about
lives.
it. Who is the nicest person and the most innocent out of all of us? It's probably
you, Brad.
Ben Moore. Probably Ben Moore.
Yeah, Ben Moore's first
Ben
to go.
Oh, Ben. No, it's Ben. What I'm talking about, it's totally Ben. Yeah.
Sweet little Ben Moore would die so fast.
Oh yeah, and he'd be so sad and hurt by it too. He'd be like, "What? Hey, why are you
Exactly.
doing this?" I think that if we were smart about it, you gotta kill the crazy ones first. So you gotta get me and Kyle out of there.
And Bloodworth.
Yeah, and Bloodworth. Bloodworth terrifies me.
I think
crafty.
if you're talking about crazy, I think you got to kill Huber first, because I didn't just
Yeah, Huber's gonna
snapping
get
and going on an
Bloodworth.
action rampage.
No, you use me as bait though
No, we use you as a
trigger the
weapon.
traps, to be the distraction. You know, you keep me alive as long as possible because I'm taking the hits.
Do you
What we
think
do is me and
do you
Kyle
think Bloodworth would
manipulate.
honestly double cross you? I just don't see it happening. I just don't
Absolutely.
even if his life was on the line, I just don't see Bloodworth doing it.
He's an easy kill,
I think he's a
man.
good
I
ally in that
understand.
situation.
We all have to double cross each other. 2 people get to live. I'm
Yeah.
making my Damiani
That's what I'm
alliance
saying.
straight out,
I'm
and then we
teaming
kill
up with
everyone.
Bloodworth. Yeah.
Only Kyle lives. That's the way it is.
You're giving Kyle too much credit.
Yeah, I think I
Who
would
has
make,
all the werehogs right now?
I don't
How'd y'all
know.
do in Power Stone? How'd y'all do in that game?
Do you have all the
I
warehouses?
wasn't even
I
there.
got all the werehogs.
I would kill
I
Kyle.
did all right. I did all right in
How
Proudest.
long we live?
Wozniak's got the werehogs, Kyle.
Oh.
I do think Kyle would either be dead first or the only one alive. It would be one of those 2 extremes. He would not fall in the middle.
Yeah.
Glad I'd be the first one.
The nice thing is none of us are athletic.
No.
None of us
What?
have any prowess whatsoever.
Brandon has a trainer. What do you mean?
No, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Brandon, we got to kill Brandon because he's a real Patrick Bateman kind of situation. He might be a serial killer anyway.
Yeah.
So
What?
Speaking logistically of you're in a death room, I do think that killing Brandon is a good way to go first because he
Yeah.
is the strongest, and
Yeah.
you know personally, you will need more than one person to kill Brandon.
He's a threat.
yeah, yeah,
So would we
And
all
then-
join together to kill Brandon?
yeah. Everybody has to join together to kill Brandon and then Kyle.
Well, I think the strong people. Honestly, so you
And
honestly
that's,
think
yeah,
about this question.
my dying breath would be, "You're next," to Kyle.
I think that I think I'd be one of the first people to accept the scenario. I think a lot of us would chill out for a second. I think a lot of us would say, "Let's think of a solution," and I'd be
Yeah.
probably one of the first people who's willing to kill a man.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
so-
why we have to kill you
How
first.
can you say that about yourself?
I don't
How
know.
can you agree with that? No. This does not fly. You don't get to say yes, I would kill you.
Willing
I've worked
to
with
kill a
for
man.
years.
That's why I said we gotta kill Kyle first because I knew he'd be the first one
That
to
is
start offing people.
insane. That is one of the most oh my god.
Kyle's the most evil one.
Oh my god.
Well,
I have
like,
to
straight up.
Look,
You
we all
might
got
not have It's like it's a real zero-time dilemma.
No,
Battle Royale situation.
but like no hesitation, no guilt. It's like, yeah, I guess this is my life now. Oh no, no.
Yeah,
no.
that's why you gotta kill him
That's fucked
first.
up. All right, your boy Benny
Let's do the
B
game series.
asks, for all allies, what is your biggest gaming regret from childhood? I.e., a game you never bought, was lost, or can never have.
Chrono Trigger.
What? You gotta contextualize. What?
I never played it, never beat it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I have kind of a
Just
weird
the
one.
PC in general.
Oh yeah, I have kind of a weird one. I got Vector Man for my Genesis, but I was really, really, really excited to play it, right? But I knew through my experience with playing games that I would play games a lot and then I would burn out on them and get tired of them. So what I did with I was smart. I was thinking it through with Vector Man. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna play it for that much. I'm not gonna play it for like 2 weeks to like not burn out on it. But then the opposite happened where I just never went back and did it, and I regretted that because I was really excited about playing it, but I never actually did. Yeah. So that doesn't work either.
I'll buy it.
Go ahead.
There's a game in magazines that I always used to see called Air Guys.
Yeah. Yes.
I never understood it. I never understood what the spaceships look like or anything, and I always wanted to try that game, but I was never brave enough to like think that I'm cool enough to play that game. I'd like to play Air Guys.
Cool enough. Wow.
Yeah.
Air Guys is a neat game. When I had Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal, Pinball. I had all of these Game Boy Pokemon games, and I was going into high school, and I was like, I'm too cool for this now. I'm too old for this now. And I sold all of those games, and I never rebought them. And I was really dumb, and I wish I wouldn't have sold those games. Because I completed the Pokedex in Red and Blue, and it's just gone forever now.
I guess it's not from my childhood, but I lost Skies of Arcadia on GameCube. I don't know what happened to it. Like I had a roommate that had the GameCube in his room for a little bit, was playing something, but he didn't know what had happened to it. The disc never showed up. I still had the case. Just like weird situation.
Anyone else?
I never got to finish Phantasy Star 2 on Genesis because I lost it.
It's also really hard.
Yeah.
That game is also just
It was
really
insane.
hard.
Mine's just not having a PlayStation 1.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I had this whole thing going to get I was making a save up money from chores fund for the Nintendo 64, and then I heard it was getting delayed and PlayStation was coming out, so I was gonna change it to just get a PlayStation, especially after I played it at a friend's house. And then for whatever reason I just said no, like PlayStation's gonna be like terrible, like it's not gonna be worth it. Just stick to the Nintendo 64, and I never got a PlayStation. I ended up getting a Nintendo 64, and I didn't play. The only PlayStation 1 game I played throughout its actual era when it was like relevant was Metal Gear Solid. I didn't play PlayStation games until
Damiani.
after. When PlayStation 2 came out, I went back and played PlayStation 1 games.
Yeah, but this is like a complete this is an alternate timeline that we can't fathom. Michael Damiani without a Nintendo 64. Well, like, what? Like how the world wouldn't make any sense.
There was a so close to a choice that would have actually made me get the PlayStation instead of a Nintendo 64, and I would be Kyle Bossman.
Yeah.
I gotta write
funny.
that fan fiction now.
That's like a straight up ripple point in your timeline. Oh my god.
Can you imagine if Damiani wasn't obsessed with Zelda, but was obsessed with Ape Escape, and there was the Ape Escape timeline?
Jumping Flash.
Yeah.
1995. You gotta go back.
We gotta go back.
Our next question comes from Jay. He says, I'm from Germany, and computer games helped me learn English. I remember playing Civilization 2 as an 8 or 9-year-old with friends, and nobody understood a single word. We used the dictionary or our imagination, and sometimes asked older siblings for help. Eventually, we conquered the world. My question is, Is there anything you learned from a game that is useful in your life? A skill or some insight that you have because of gaming?
Whoa.
King's Quest taught me the word abode.
Useful every day.
Okay, I didn't get how drumming worked until Rock Band. I didn't get what the pedal was for. I didn't actually get what even cymbals are for. So I actually learned how to construct a beat basically by playing Rock Band.
How do you not know what drums are for? They're the most one-to-one instrument on the planet Earth.
Because you don't hear it. You don't hear you just hear a beat. You know what I mean? Like if you're just a regular
person. You can look at it
person.
and see what's happening.
You look at a drum beat? No, you can't. You know, it's like it doesn't make sense for a really long time.
Seen a drummer?
I've seen drummers go nuts, man. Then it makes less sense than ever if you're trying to watch a drummer.
This is very strange to me.
It was nice just notated.
It's no one thing for me. I like to, video games teach me about emotion. Just being so many characters, experiencing so many worlds and interactions, and just being someone else. So.
That's a good answer.
Final Fantasy 11 taught me how to type.
Oh wow.
That's a cool answer.
Mavis Beacon teaches typing. Taught me how to type.
I would just kind of say in terms of navigation and stuff. I just don't sweat feeling lost or anything. You know. Even one time I went to Japan, it was like, oh, Tokyo Tower's over there. All right, I'm just gonna start going that way. This is before smartphones and everything. Just started walking.
The Souls games just make people better in general. Zen teachers.
I definitely think I learned some persistence through video games. Doing the same thing 100 different times. I don't know. It makes you more tolerant of that stuff. And
Hey Ben.
More patient.
Hey Ben. Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
I'm getting so tired of hearing that in shows and stuff too. And it's you know what that's called? That's called practice. That's how you get better at things.
Yeah. Worst trailer of all time.
I remember hearing DARPA for the first time in Metal Gear Solid, and then DARPA's a real thing. So whenever I mention CNN and they mention DARPA, I'm always like, DARPA. It's no, wait, no, people work there. That's a real, actual thing.
Shadow of the Colossus taught me not to be a murderer.
That's why you're not surviving the room.
You had to wait till Shadow of the Colossus.
I wish Kyle would have played that game. Our next question comes from...
I love that we're getting photobombed from Omar's dog. What's Omar's dog's name?
Bender.
Bender!
He has an injured foot right now.
Our next question comes from Aldara. Aldara? You're dropped into a video game world, and you have to make your way to the end of the game. What world would you choose to traverse, and which other ally would you bring along as backup?
Resident Evil with Brad Ellis. Okay. Let's go. Going through the mansion.
I would pick something real easy, Gone Home with Mike, and we just walk through it, and that's it.
Yeah.
Journey, and I pick Ian.
That's a good answer. Yeah, you want a walking simulator. That's because it's safe.
You played it.
I don't want to die.
We would both know,
There's scary stuff in Journey. Journey gets scary, man.
Journey does get a little creepy.
It'd be tough. It'd be tough. We'd have to pay attention, but that would be worth it, We'd remember that forever.
I also want to do Super Mario Galaxy 2 with Kyle as Yoshi, and I can ride him and be like, look how good this game is.
Oh my god.
I want to do Pokemon Red with Jones.
Ooh, also dangerous, man.
I guess
we just pass out.
We're not gonna die. Yeah, we're gonna have a really good time.
So wait, here's the thing. Are we living in that world? Because then I'd be
until the credits come, and then we come back out.
Well, then Star Trek, online or something, where you get to live in some sweet future. Even though that game is not fun, but whatever.
I was gonna say, limited by the game.
I'm taking Kyle Bossman finally into the world of Hyrule and A Link to the Past. You're gonna play through that game. You don't think it has context? Let's go in real life, baby. You can have the bed in the uncle's house, Kyle.
I also want to go to some sick ramen shop in Persona 5 with Ben.
Yeah, I was just thinking like Persona 4 would be sweet or something. Although
But
being in
then-
high school.
That's it. We just like hang out at the ramen shop. We don't.
Yeah,
Go,
we don't go in the dungeons.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, this question is too cool.
Yeah, I think I'd take Brad into Animal Crossing.
Oh hell yeah!
We just chill out. Don't have to worry about enemies. Can like make money by shaking trees. You know.
Chopping trees down, fishing,
When do you stop though? How do you get out?
just like
What's the
real
end?
life.
You know, the
There's
train.
credits. You go to Totekeke on Saturday night and you get credits.
Yeah.
I think I would take Huber into Suikoden.
Dude,
I think that was,
so intense.
yeah. And we'd build a castle together, baby.
Yes.
I think I would take Kyle to Zero Escape and just let him
Set him loose.
Let him
You
loose.
betrayed me.
Oh, I know. It'd be worth it though.
He is a real Sigma, though.
Our next question comes from Guillermo. He says, "Hi, allies. I want to congratulate you for your hard work. Every month keeps getting better and better. This month, I want to ask you, allies, if you all can share an interesting anecdote about Ben Moore or Ian, if Ben is not on the panel, or a fond memory that tells us a little bit more about Ben's personality,
Silver
or
medal.
Ian, preferably not video games related. Thank you, and have a nice month."
I got one. I know it's not supposed to be video games related, but it was my immediate respect of Ben Moore when you were new. I think you were an intern at the time. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ben. You set yourself a challenge to play through all the Zelda games, and I watched you play through Skyward Sword. At night, after work ended, you would come in, stay late after work as an intern, and play through Skyward Sword, a game I love, and find new things to like about it. And I was thinking, like, Ben's an alright guy.
On that Skyward Sword story, that was actually a really good moment for me because there was so much negativity surrounding Skyward Sword, and I think I let it cloud my judgment, and so I played a little bit of it, and I think those negative thoughts just kind of like made me lose interest. But I remember you saying, Zelda, that was your favorite Zelda, and I was like, I need to understand this because I haven't heard anyone else say that, and I think like you saying that you loved it so much is what made me like want to give it another look.
Oh, cool.
I'm glad I did. Yeah, like Skyward. Yeah, I really love Skyward Sword. After it's all said and done, I'm so happy that I like actually gave it a chance.
Oh, when I first started at GT and I was meeting everyone, I met Ben, and I was like, this guy is like the nicest dude ever. Then I started meeting everyone else, like Ian, Elise, and I was like, they're going to destroy this kid. He's going to turn into a monster. And sure enough,
Yep.
he's becoming a monster.
Yeah, that you took mine. Like, I remember when Ben came, he was like a little baby cherub.
Yep.
And then like Elise and I think just being in LA has just, and he's getting older, but yeah, he's just gone darker and darker and darker.
Yeah.
I like
Witness- Yeah, the decline.
I like to own a Fatburger with Ben driving because it's one turn. And we've done like 40 times. And he would miss the turn every
He would get
time.
lost like 3 times out of 5.
So Ian, about that story, I feel like my inner self is that little cherub, but it's like the killing game. Like I can't be part of this group and have that exist, otherwise I'll die. And so I've had to like adapt and survive.
Yeah.
Sorry everyone, that was the question. All right, the next one comes in from Oliver. He says, "Hey allies, what is the thing you performed in a video game that you are most proud of?" Oh, for example, it could be catching all Pokemon, speedrunning a game, or finding out what the dummy finger is for.
First time, when I was really young, first time I ever beat Resident Evil 2 with no saves, no deaths. That was like really, I was so pumped.
I'm super proud of my Super Mario Maker levels and that people like them.
Yeah.
I'm actually legitimately proud of those.
Kyle, I don't think
Yeah,
you've ever
they're
been
good.
proud of anything you've done.
Yeah, I hate all my stuff. Some of those levels I really like.
I don't know if this is like my most proud ever, but when I was a kid, I played Ninja Gaiden and I just couldn't beat it. Like I would always get to a point and just get completely destroyed and get frustrated, and then like stay away from it for a long, long time, and I'm really happy that I finally played through Ninja Gaiden and I beat it, and I got through that barrier.
Getting to level 60 and getting my gold-plated paladin artifact armor in Final Fantasy XI. Knowing that if I died, I would de-level to 59 and not be able to wear it until I got back above 60.
Oh my god.
Old school MMOs. Yeah, that was. I've done a lot of cool things in games, but that was the one where I was just like that was over. Like, my god, that was a month of my life in real time. A month.
Wow.
Of game time. I remember I looked at the clock and was like,
You're like, my god.
I gotta stop playing this.
I've the quick two ones. Well, one is when me and Ian did Jolly Co-op and beat Maria.
That was great.
That was really fun.
That was great.
And in World of Warcraft, I got this like warrior book. You needed to get a sword, and I wasn't in a guild or anything. It was super rare, and I pretty much like broke the server's economy because I made it so expensive. And like people like guilds together had to put money together to buy the book.
Dude, I remember that, Brad.
Yeah.
Brad,
I like
explain
charged it through the roof.
Explain that to me. I don't understand what you did exactly.
So there's a boss, like you're in a 40-man raid, and this boss drops like a book that you need to start a quest to get a new weapon.
Really rare drop, kind of.
I got the drop somehow, not in like a guild or like big guild or anything. I just got it. Then I had people bugging me for like a week trying to get me to sell them the book.
Oh, I see.
Offering me deals and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was just like, you know what? Whatever. I'm just putting it on the auction house for like, it was like 4K or something like that. And just seeing people like scrounge money together to buy it, and me just having all this money and just going on a bender buying a bunch of dumb shit that I didn't need. It was the best.
I've got Platinuming Bloodborne and Witness was really good. Finishing Charity, I'm pretty proud of, but the one like playing a game that I'm most proud of, I think, is I did a non-lethal all frogs run of Metal Gear Solid 3.
Whoa, dude.
And I was pretty proud of that because like we did it without like guides or it was intense.
Yeah, getting that final challenge in the Witness is pretty nuts. Also, the final challenge in Mario 3D World, man, that's like practice. Like that whole level becomes muscle memory. Yeah.
So good.
Did you beat that, Kyle?
No, Damiani did for me.
Okay.
Oh god. Our next question comes from Christopher A. Butler. He says, "Hello, allies. I know you guys cannot duplicate bonus round, but will we ever do interviews again? If Michelle Obama can do an interview in a car, game industry luminaries should be able to do some in a garage." So, there's something I want to say. This is just my opinion. Most video game interviews are garbage. Like they're bad. Either the interviewer is bad or the interviewee is like not used to giving interviews, can only say like certain canned things. Like I think like 1 in every 10 game interviews is like really, really, really good. But the thing is like to get those really, really, really good interviews, you need a level of access that I'm not sure Easy Allies has like all the time. Like it was really cool getting to interview Suda51, and I'm really happy with how that interview tutored out. But like, most of the time, I don't know. Most of the time, interviews, and the thing is like people don't watch them. Like when we did a GT, when we did more interviews, people they were like really lowly viewed. So I don't know. I mean,
even calling it an interview is like signal to like go away. You know, I ended up just finding ways to be more creative with my interviews, and the stuff I did at Deus Ex is like I put them in with the preview and I let them actually, talk. But then like some of those, like you were saying, like some of those interviews, like I cut out like 80% of that interview and I kept the best bits. Dude, I remember one time at E3 just a couple of years ago, I was sort of excited because I got like, some of these executive interviews or whatever, and then I walked out of the room completely disappointed because I was asking questions and it was like they found like one word in my question that let them launch into some PR spiel about something completely unrelated. And I'm like, you didn't say anything about what I wanted to know. Okay.
I mean, keep in mind, like, not doing interviews doesn't mean we're like shunning people in the industry. Like, we still get to go to events, we still get to talk to people. Like, when I went to, I was not a judge this year, but I did go to the Square Enix Judges Week event before E3, and I felt bad because I'm like, oh, I'm not really doing interviews, but I still went up to like the team behind Final Fantasy 15, the team behind Just Cause, the team behind Dragon Quest Builders, and like talked to them for about 10 minutes, and it was just a really great off-camera, off-the-record. Like, I'm not afraid to ask stupid questions right now because it's, like, I'm just going to get your impressions, and then I'm not going to put up a video that, like, this might be relevant, it might not be. It's like, let me just talk to the person, and then if there is relevant information, I'll just tell you what they said. Like, I'll just communicate who they were, who I bumped into, what they said that I thought was interesting, and that'll be included in my highlights from, or just my impressions, basically. So, like, interviews turn into impressions, and it's our audience, both at Game Trailers and I think now at Easy Allies, seems to definitely prefer one over the other.
Yeah.
That's why I think we should, instead of interviews, like, hangouts are cool. Like, get Vandenberg to just come in and hang out.
Yeah. Huber interviewed Vandenberg during his E3 show,
Right.
like, that was an interview, but like I want those type of interviews. I never want to say, hey, Brad, go interview X, and have Brad being like, all right, I got to go and just sit down, wait in line, throw a couple questions out. Like, I don't want that video. I think we can do better than that. I'd rather Brad came to me and was like, I'm going to Blizzard, Jones. And I'm like, great, have fun, and then, like, we all see the crazy thing he puts together, So.
Like Ben was saying, though, about access, like, Keeley gets sick interviews because he's friends with these people. Like, when you interview someone that you've never met, they've never met you, their PR guy is standing right there, like, they have a protective wall up because, one, they're talking about their business, and two, there's, like, not a level of trust that has been built. So.
Well, and plus there's, like, 30 interviews in a day, and unless you, like, manage to get that one question that nobody's asked, like, they just repeat themselves all day long, and they get burnt out.
It's like politician style. Even if you ask them something, they'll give you an answer into something else.
In a way, though, I've kind of gotten a little sympathetic towards it because I've been in, like, roundtable or, like, group interviews situations where some fuckhead will ask a question that is, like, not a hard-hitting question. It's not an interesting question. It is, like, a baity, aggravating question that is, like, insulting. And I get it. Like, I hate interviewers that fish for really low-hanging fruit like that. And in a way, I sort of understand where the wall comes from, as much as it sucks. Don't do that. I hate that so much. Like, you can just treat them like intelligent human beings, and they will give you good answers.
Did we lose Mike? I don't see Mike's camera anymore.
He just turns it off sometimes.
He just tunes out. All right, our next question is from Yuri Divinity Van Leeuwen.
Yeah.
This question builds upon the lore of my previous questions. A quick recap. You were president for a short time, and then you woke up. You were taken by a private militia that took over parts of the country. They blindfolded you and put you in a van. You have no idea where you're going. After hours and hours of driving, they take off the blindfold.
Whoa.
Oh, Damiani's just had enough.
Damiani, mute your mic before you... We're falling apart.
Okay.
I don't know what we were answering.
All the mics.
So, hold on. A militia took us over. They captured us.
Blindfolded, going somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then what?
After hours waiting, a mysterious figure opens the door. You recognize him. You can't believe it for a second, but it's actually him. It's Mark Cerny. He reveals that he is the mastermind of the militia. We finally caught you, he says. I'm getting chills. Then he looks you straight in the eye and asks you one question. Is Knack a 5 or is Knack a 6?
6.
5.
Out
Wait,
of
Huber's
10?
back immediately for that. That's hilarious.
It's a 6.0 game. It has cool level variety. You're not in the same environments over and over. The combat feels good. Everything about that game feels better than a 5. Like, it just feels good to play. There was never a time when I was playing the game where I was like, that's bullshit, like that jump didn't work, or that's bad level design. Like, sure, it's basic and simple, but everything works well.
That's underselling it.
So on our scale, is it a 2 or a 3?
3-star game.
That's not what Cerny wants to know.
No, I know. I'm
Is
just
it a 5
asking.
or a 6?
Yeah. I mean, I never played it, so.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be my answer. Never played it.
Yeah. I don't
Fine,
care, Cerny.
Knack is a 5. It's average in almost every single way. There's nothing about that game that I look back on and thought it did exceptionally well.
Middle of the road.
Middle of the road deserves a 5.
I mean, I think you're in the same boat with me on this, Ben. But like, I went into that game like really hoping it could be like a return to like fun 3D platformers, and
That's
it was
your
just
fault for false expectations, Bloodworth.
false
Whoa.
I expected the game to be fun. Oh, okay. That's the false expectation.
It
And,
is fun.
and I went in there and like, wow, I'm not having any fun at all.
I think a lot of people with Knack like see the low reviews and they're like comparing it against that, and so they're like, well, I think it's better than this negative opinion. Where like I think if you just take it on its own, like it's a totally different judgment. You know, like if you forget any other opinion and just like have to list the merits of that game.
Ben, first and last, I just want to say I love hearing you talk about Knack, even though we disagree about the 5 and 6.
But it's amazing to me because like honestly, that is the only game that has like followed me, and like I don't care that much. Like I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I'm
clearly.
not gonna sit here.
That's the whole
No.
point.
Yeah.
No, but I'm answering the question. He wanted to
Yeah,
answer
yeah.
the question, but
No, yeah, totally.
I whisper to Cerny that Knack is an 8, and then I call in my hogtie drones. They tie up Cerny and then lift him out of the cave that he's brought us into.
I don't know.
To be continued.
do you truly believe Knack is an 8?
Yeah, I really like. No, I gave it a score on my show. I don't remember what score I gave it. It's not an 8. It's good though.
He thinks up these crazy scores so that we won't want him to review games, but it's not going to work, Ben.
I think it's like I think you gave it like a 4.6 or something.
Oh, Kyle
Ben,
can't review scores. Look how off base he is. I get it. I see your game, Kyle.
I think Brandon's on to me. Ben, I think you're right. I think I gave it a 4.6.
But was that out of 10 or like?
It was out of 10, yeah.
Okay, all right. All right. Moving on.
Next
Mike,
one.
does anybody else need to abruptly leave before I read this next question?
Sorry.
I just need to tell Huber about the Guillermo del Toro exhibit on
August
at
1st.
LACMA. Yeah.
August 1st. I'm going with my book and my Blu-rays for him to sign. He better be there.
You think he's just gonna hang out at the museum
I
constantly?
think he'll be there. If he's there, he'll be there the first day, August 1st.
You think he's gonna be like? Isn't they just gonna have like some kind of opening party that'll be at?
I don't know, man. I hope he's there. That's all I'm
Dreams
saying.
of
I'm
And
going.
Nick Huber's going to be that guy going through the exhibit holding the book.
Yep. That's right. No shame.
No autograph, no shame.
Please mute your mic before you get up. If you have to get up. Keep in mind we are doing a job. Our next question comes from Mike Hook. What's that? That's true. That's not harsh.
Depends on tilt.
No reaction from Damiani still.
Yeah, no sympathy.
I had to go take care of something with my cat doing something. Really? Okay. Whatever.
No, that wasn't just directed at you, Damian. It was directed at everybody.
It was like an earthquake going
very,
off when
very
you took your
loud.
mic off. though.
was very
Indirectly
loud.
Kyle as well. I mean, let's not like Kyle. Kyle with the dishes. you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a universal statement. Not on tilt, just stating facts. All right, Mike Cook, do you guys ever miss the office setting? I kind of miss the days when you would stream a game and fellow staff members will walk in and join you. Shenmue 1 and 2 would not have been the same if it were only Huber, as much as I did love his solo acts. Using Down for Lucky Hit, having those chocolate hype moments, made it much more fun. I'm certainly not blaming any of you. Office spaces are expensive and these times are different. I'm just saying I miss it. How about you guys? Do you prefer to stream from home, or do you miss the days where you can walk in and support someone else's streaming session?
I miss it every day.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely
Yes.
miss it.
So much creativity, and it's just pure creativity when we're all together, working together in the same room, in the same environment. Everyone's doing their own thing, but we all are there as like one collective hive mind. So I
Yes.
always miss it.
The question is, do we want to be in an office again?
No, just do you miss it?
I think that we're more creative when we're apart. Actually, I think that we would get bogged down in game trailers, well, because it wasn't our company, but like we would get bogged down and waste a lot of time on like stuff that didn't matter, like meetings and interpersonal garbage. Like, I think that we're doing better stuff now than we did at Game Trailers.
But that's just because we're Easy Allies, not Game Trailers. Imagine if we were Easy Allies with an office. Come and go as you please.
Yeah, we
it's
don't have to do a meeting.
Yeah.
You know?
I like the free agent nature of Easy Allies because I think it lets us be more individual and have more input individually.
Our next question comes from the hashtagonist. He says, "Hey Allies, easy question. If you'd be doing Easy Allies tryouts for a new staff member, what would the gauntlet look like?"
Ooh. Japanese games everywhere. First of all.
Yeah, JRPG quiz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who's the bridge monster? Who's the first boss? The guy on the bridge? Ian?
What?
What's his name? Who's the bridge guy? The guy on the bridge,
Forest
first
Demon?
boss. In Bloodborne. You just gotta
Cleric
Bloodborne?
Beast?
Cleric Beast.
just gotta get past Cleric Beast.
Yeah.
Wow, we have really low standards.
Well, Cleric
I
Beast.
missed
Well,
that
that's
one.
one of them.
I think you have to make up a song on the spot.
You not be a white man.
Whoa.
There's
What was
that.
the question? Sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, Ian.
What?
Listen to the questions. Listen to the questions.
I'm sorry.
Oh, ouch.
All right, don't
Yeah.
repeat it then. Go.
Yeah, every time I read a question, you're like looking away at something else. So just listen to
Yeah.
the questions. Our next question comes from Alexander. What is your favorite Metal Gear Solid 1 moment?
Otacon crying. At Sniper Wolf.
Yeah, that's it. That whole scene. Yep.
Hell yeah.
The scene where you see Gray Fox, where he's invisible, he starts cutting up all the soldiers.
Too cool.
That's
So
a good
awesome.
answer, Brad.
Too
So
cool,
awesome.
The opening of the game, the opening credits, man, chills every time. That this game's just like this game rule. Like tons of games have done it since, and that was like the first game to do it. Where they were just like, oh no, don't get up, sit down.
Yeah.
3 more minutes. This is a long elevator ride. Just like yeah, so good.
The end. I'm not gonna spoil it, but the end with Gray Fox.
Oh yeah.
With Metal Gear is really good for me.
That speech he gives. Ooh, so good.
For me, it's Liquid Snake's monologue at the end.
Of course.
But definitely a shout out to the reveal of Decoy Octopus.
Yeah.
Reveal Decoy Octopus.
Decoy Octopus, man. Why were you not in Phantom Pain? What the hell?
Not
Or was he? He was there, Hubert. You just didn't know.
Yeah, it was a decoy.
Our next question comes in from Benetta. Did anyone read JoJo Part 6? And if so, did you like how it ended or not? Don't elaborate. Also, be sure to check out Erased, really cool time-traveling murder mystery anime that came out early this year, only 12 episodes. No, I haven't
12
seen JoJo
episodes.
Part
I
6.
like
Hey,
that.
manga
Wait,
is
what
real.
was Sorry, really quick. What was the 12-episode show? What's it called?
Erased.
Erased. Okay, cool. I like small commitments with my anime.
Add it to the queue.
Sorry.
Kyle, have you read or... Because you can't watch Part 6. It's not in anime format.
I
So have you
haven't read any manga in my entire life.
Okay.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that answer is no for all of us.
Yeah, no.
Our next question comes in from DS Chichi. That was a hard name to pronounce, so I'm sorry if I butchered that. He says, love and respect Gordon at the end. So, Gordon. Our next question is from Gordon. Hey, Alice, what was the worst game you played through voluntarily? Not for work reviews, streams, or anything like that. And why did you stick with it to the bitter end?
I don't know if that game exists. That I played voluntarily that really sucked, but I finished it.
Duke Nukem Forever. I played through all the way. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I had to know, you know.
Well, and just growing up with Duke Nukem, it's like waiting for this game for over a decade. I love Duke Nukem growing up. Had to do it.
This NES game I had called Bugs Bunny Birthday Blowout.
Oh.
You know, when you're a kid, you just have games, man.
Yeah, it would be something on the Super Nintendo, yeah.
And I just beat it because I had it and I didn't have anything else to play, and it was not great.
Brad, did you play the Bugs Bunny game on Game Boy? There was like 6 of them.
The
Crazy Tower or something?
the castle one.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, those games suck. No way.
Yeah, they did. They sucked.
I played
Yeah, I mean,
so
it was
much.
probably It was probably it's probably something I rented, like Home Alone on Super Nintendo or something like that.
That game is bad, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Firewatch.
Ooh,
Whoa.
Ooh.
that wasn't that long.
Little jab.
Yeah. It was $20.
My answer for this is always and will always be Never Dead.
Why did you stick with it till the bitter end?
I don't finish.
Why did you?
I try to finish every game I start.
That's a bad decision.
I am changing every day because of Brad Ellis.
Yeah.
Brad is giving me courage
To quit.
to quit.
Brad is a positive
no, but-
influence on us all.
It's a bad game, but every game's got something. Kyle can attest to that. Throwing your limbs around and I don't know. Again, it's a bad game, but it didn't offend me. So.
I played a Bakugan game, not for Dumb Game Monday, a different Bakugan game that was just about throwing marbles.
You beat it? Wow.
Why? Why did you beat it?
I was unemployed at the time, and there was a sweet red box for video games called G-Box at 7-Eleven, and I would go to the G-Box and pull out games from the G-Box.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. That's a good story.
Yeah.
Our next question comes in from Bryn McCarthy. He asks, at one point in our lives, we have all been invited to do something that we don't want to do, and we have all lied to get out of it. What is the worst, funniest lie you've used to get out of an event, and why?
One time, me and a bunch of guys who I respect and I work with, we were doing this charity stream, and I didn't want to do it, and so I said, hey, I got to go to Weenie Roast. So I skipped out of the charity stream.
What? Thanks, Kyle.
Great callback.
Is it?
I didn't lie about it, actually. When?
Actually, that was the truth, right? You went to
Yeah.
Weenie Roast? Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Oh,
the
it
truth.
was Huber?
Yeah, that was Huber.
Was it us that we were doing charity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never saw a point of lying to get out of something. Just tell the truth. I don't want to go.
Yeah,
Or,
that's
oh,
what
I'm
I
doing
did.
this. Like, what is the point of making something up? There's no point.
Yeah.
This one time I was in this group called Easy Allies, and we would do these monthly Q&A videos where we'd like talk to the people that were supporting us directly. And I was headed to San Francisco, and I was like, I can't, guys, I can't. I'm flying to San Francisco. I can't be a part of the Q&A. So sorry. And I let the allies know like ahead of time. And then I got up to San Francisco, and I actually had a totally free afternoon. And I actually got into my hotel room with 4 minutes to go right before the Q&A started, and I took a nap. True story.
Jones, wow, that was a confession.
Yeah.
I'll definitely do the thing
It was
where
also
I-
a really good nap. It was really good. But the allies were always telling me to sleep more, so there you go. Took a nap.
I'll create plans so that I have an excuse.
Can you give me an example?
I can't. I couldn't think of an example, but it's just like, oh yeah, I guess I got a show that night, and so you just do a show that night.
It's like Curb
Yeah.
Enthusiasm.
Yeah. It's Caribbean Enthusiasm.
Wait, do you make up the excuse and then you make it actually happen, or do you?
Right, like that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those like once a month GT live episodes where you couldn't do community Q&A. Like, were you really in that show that you were going to rehearsals for?
I was really in those shows, yeah. I
Okay.
really did them.
But he created
We'll
them.
never know, I
he
guess.
created those shows too. This other stuff.
This next question is from Sazanami Style, also known as the Gooch. Dear Easy Allies, I'd love your advice on a gaming pickle I'm in.
I like pickles.
I have a friend who makes Dojin games. He's thinking of going public with his next game. After a great recession, we gave his RPG Maker game about a koala bear convinced it was a kangaroo and determined to become part of Kangaroo Society. He loves creative premises for games. He values my sense of humor and asked me for input on what his next game, a 2D side-scroller, should be. I was just joking, and I think I took it too far, but he took it seriously and is actually designing a game around my premise. I said he should make a game where a guy must prove his innocence to take down an evil cabal of extreme vegan yetis who did terrible experiments on him that resulted in him not realizing his dick had been modified into a flamethrower and having a terrible one-night stand. I added that we should be able to buy chocolate chip cookie bombs that you throw into the enemy's mouth from the one-night stand victim's grandma, who is a human reincarnated from a past life as a shark that survived Nam. It's so ridiculous and clearly will turn off a lot of people, and it was a joke, but he loves the idea and is passionate to make a game from the premise. Should I dress up and say I was just joking, or just keep quiet?
I mean, that's all on him at this point. If he's gonna go through the effort and he likes it.
I mean, if your friend likes crazy things. I mean, like, was the person on the other end of the one-night stand burned alive from the inside by the flamethrower penis? Because that's not a good premise for a game. The rest of it is great. Lose that, and I think it's a great game.
Yeah, maybe just pull back on that one little detail.
Yeah, take the flamethrower dick out. It doesn't make sense.
Flamethrower dick, though, sounds like social commentary on, like, STDs or something. You gotta keep that in.
But it's too violent. It's too violent.
I just imagine the serious call, just like, yeah, I was just calling. I know it's 2 a.m., but I just want to talk that flamethrower dick. I really think. I've been thinking about it a lot. I really need to pull back.
Truly, though, I think this is a real scenario. Sazanami style is in. I think you can say to your friend, the game will perform better if you scale back some of these ideas.
Yeah.
Scale back.
Scale back.
Are they really concerned about the game performing? Because there's no way this game would ever perform. It's just some crazy.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Goat
But I mean,
Simulator.
it took like
Dad.
3 sentences to just explain the premise.
Well,
there's a lot of good plot stuff in there. Yeah, there's plot stuff in there. Yeah.
I'm saying, I think, I don't know, take out the social commentary of burning a woman alive from the inside with a flamethrower dick is probably something you'd want to avoid.
Who said she got burned alive?
Well, that's what I'm
It was
asking.
a woman.
She's
nice,
fireproof.
Damiani.
She's fireproof. That's why they had the one-night stand, man.
What'd you say, Damiani?
I said, who said it was a woman? Your
Well,
point's
yeah,
still valid.
true.
Your point's still valid. Though.
You could burn a man from the inside too, whatever, but like, either way.
Just be honest with your friend.
Yeah.
That's it.
Listen
that's
to
being
Brad.
a true friend. That's a true friend. Brad's a true friend.
But here's the thing. This guy makes ridiculous premise games, so whether or not you were joking is immaterial because he's going to want to do it anyway. So, the koala game sounds amazing, though. I want to check that out. Or Panda, was it?
Koala wants to be a king
Yeah.
koala.
Well,
That's great.
If Sazanami style is honest with this guy, and if Sazanami style does not like the idea, and he tells his friend might reconsider if he gives him reasons why.
But the friend likes something about it. I just think it's too much. It's just
they
too
can
much.
go from there, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Those are really great responses, everybody. Thank you. Our next question comes from Sean. He says, "Can Huber whisper?"
No.
Let's see.
Yeah, I can whisper.
Those
But I
are
choose not to.
Well, no, Huber whispers because he's got to build, So he starts like that's the beginning of the story is always okay. So I'm here.
Yeah, it escalates.
I walk in the room. They're sitting in the chair. They got the controller all set up. I'm ready to go, and then I sit down. First level, that's why we're doing audio checks. Like you need the ring.
Brandon, I'm going to disagree with you there. You said escalation, which means it like gradually goes up, and that is not
That's very sudden.
Here's the fucking explosion.
Hear me out, allies. When I'm not with any of you, I'm quiet as a mouse. Do you want to know why? Because each and every one of you brings out my hype and passion. So.
Okay.
No,
that's a lie. That's a lie.
I don't believe that.
Brad, when I'm with you, Brad, when I'm with
when you're with anyone else when you're growing up, you're always the people you hang out with.
Brad's like, nope.
Brad is only saying that because he sees it and therefore he is there. That's the logic.
Mike, this is that none of us can prove this. None of us believe you, but none of us can prove it otherwise unless we videotape you.
Mike, if you talk to any of our other friends, even if I'm not with you, like if you talk to Ryan Teen, he'll say you're a maniac about everything. If you talk to Boss, he'll say you're a maniac. You are a maniac and you always will be.
This is like
your girlfriend.
If a tree falls in the woods, does anyone?
Yeah.
Does Huber get hyped about it?
If a Huber hypes in the woods, does he whisper or scream?
Our next question comes in from Lance, and he asks, "What is your favorite day of the week?"
Monday.
Saturday.
Tuesday.
Wait, hold on. Why Monday?
Because we don't work in an office. So when I get a day off, when you have Monday off, you can go out into the wild with the least amount of people and crowds.
Yeah.
A movie on a Monday afternoon is the absolute pinnacle of life.
Days
No one
kind
in the
of
theater.
stopped mattering. Like every day is basically the same. now.
Track for sure. Tuesdays, because it's when I get to hang out with the allies.
No.
Tuesdays are fun. Shoot the podcast. I stay up super late watching like some dumb thing on Netflix, putting the podcast together, and Tuesdays are fun. Start with Disney. You know, it's like Tuesdays are wins for now until March.
Rip.
You get that headline? Brutal.
The funeral. I can't wait for you to do that, Jones. Jones is gonna do a funeral episode.
I already did it, bro.
We already
did.
know.
Yeah, do the second funeral.
The easy update. Lore.
The server funeral.
Anybody? Any Wednesday fans? Is that it?
I really like Saturdays. But Tuesday is also the day that games come out. Tuesday is so good.
Yeah, Tuesdays.
Sometimes.
Wrong.
Nintendo doesn't do it.
Wrong, Kyle. Monday night, 9 p.m. What's up? Monday, best day of the week.
I'm always streaming Dumb Game Monday at 9 p.m. on Mondays.
That's your choice.
Does anybody say Friday or Saturday?
I love Saturday.
I'm going to say Saturday because
Love Saturday.
much like why summer is my favorite season and always will be, like Saturday as a kid represented freedom to me, and I never like got away from that. So like on Saturday, I think I'm like more apt to do fun things. I don't know. It's weird.
Do you have an air conditioner?
Do
in your
I?
house? Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
That's why you like summer.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
Oh,
maybe not a day, but nighttime right now is the best.
Yeah.
When it's not the
Great.
surface of the sun.
Yeah.
It's either live 100 miles away from Easy A and have an air conditioner, or be close and don't.
Yeah.
Our next question comes in from Yoon. He says, Street Fighter Yoon, when do you think Easy Allies will be able to expand and hire more people? What kind of jobs will there be? I don't have any experience in journalism or anything, but it's my dream to work at Easy A.
Editors. Probably right?
yeah. I mean,
just an editor.
Yeah, I mean, we could hire the editors we have first, and then we could look at hiring other editors.
That's the weird thing about
Right.
Easy Allies is like it's not a company. It's just 9 crazy people who happen to do a thing at the same time and are supported by Patreon. You know, so it's like I don't know if we'd ever hire anyone because like unless someone else just like started hanging around enough that it kind of naturally became part of the squad. You know, like it's very weird. It's a weird entity. Like
Well, that's the thing.
if things get so successful that we actually incorporate into a company, then it would be a different thing. But yeah.
I think there's a difference between hiring someone new and bringing in another ally. Like, I think what you're talking about is bringing another ally, which is just, like,
Right.
that would have to be extremely organic, where it's just like, we just worked with that person a ton, and then, like Brad. Like, Brad came to work for us, and then,
Yeah.
Brad was working for us when, Game Trailers ended, and so Brad's now an ally.
I could see it being someone's like significant other or something, like if they
Sure.
were super into games and started coming to the streams. I don't know.
Like Sophie's a pseudo ally, but like bringing in somebody that just cuts the community video every month and that's it, to like take that off my shoulder so I could work on something else. Like that might be something I might want to try to pitch if we see ourselves getting up into the $40,000 to $50,000 range.
Hey, I'm
Gotcha.
out of your cut. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Our next question comes from Dale Payne. He asks, favorite non-gaming podcasts, if any? For Huber, I recommend the No Sleep podcast and the Black Tapes podcast. Fantastic horror fiction podcasts.
Radiolab, best
Yeah.
ever.
Was Black Tapes like about the murderers or something?
I don't know. I don't have that information.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I don't ever listen to podcasts really, but I like The Moth. I've heard a few really good stories on that.
I
And,
love The Moth. Great pick.
Welcome to Night Vale is like inspirational from afar to me, even though I don't really listen to it all that often. It's similar to Falstaff, the one that I would kind of do sometimes.
I mean, it's a simple answer, but I really like This American Life as well. I've heard some pretty great things on that.
Invisibilia is also good.
Mm-hmm.
I've never listened to Radiolab. I should listen to Radiolab. Everyone says it's the best thing ever.
It's not like consistently better than other things, but there are episodes of Radiolab that I've left truly profound. Not like interesting point, but like whoa, I can't think about anything else for like 3 or 4 hours. That's crazy. Science is cool.
Kyle, you're a podcast person.
Yeah, but I was thinking, like, there's none I can vouch for. Like, Master and Margarita I can vouch for. I think it's really good. But most podcasts I listen to pastime. And
Are bad?
they're not bad, but they're nothing I can be like, you're gonna love this, everybody.
Kyle, what do you love?
What is Damiani's greatest gaming accomplishment? He never answered that question, and I personally I got to know what his personal gaming, what is most meaningful to him.
He also didn't pick himself as a gaming character, I think.
Damn.
I think we
Dodging questions.
dodged both those bullets.
I have answers for that. Two-parter for greatest gaming accomplishment.
Okay.
Beating Game Explain in Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze Time Attack on the first level. I was at station 1 at the Viacom building, non-stop playing that level, and then I tweeted at them with the video of it. We uploaded that video, and it said in the description we beat Game Explain.
That was really good.
They were like, oh, we're gonna be up all weekend trying to beat your time now. I was like, oh, okay, good luck. But we beat their time. I beat their time a few times, but I was like, no, we're not stopping till we get perfection. It was just a whole day of just trying to get the best time, and I was just like that. And then getting a mount in Final Fantasy XIV, where I'm pretty sure I was the first person in the world to get it. You had to get all the mounts from the Extreme Primal fights. They were these elemental pony mounts, and you needed all of them. And then you could complete a quest, and you got this cool Kirin. It's called the Kirin mount, and I right around I had everyone swarming around me in back then the zone that was the most popular zone. This had a freaking sea of people, and it was yeah.
Everyone's like, oh my god, look at this guy.
And it took three more days on our server for someone else to get
the
one.
It's like the Day of the Dead scene, Huber, in Batman vs Superman, where they're all just all
So good. Oh, that's funny.
And
continue now. Who wants to touch me?
Character, I wanted to go with Snorlax. You need I'm just gonna lie there and block your path, man.
Context.
Nothing you do or say is gonna I'm immovable.
You gotta save your game before you talk to Damiani.
Until you get the Poke Flute, which is double capture Zelda. That will get me up, so I'll move.
That was memeception there. All right. Our next question comes from Serial Gamer. As a husband and father who is trying to get a video game site, videos, and stream going, how do you balance easy allies in your personal lives? Also, does anyone have kids? Unknown ones do count.
Be as positive as you can. Your significant other will put up with a surprising amount of bullshit if you just don't use the time you're spending with them to complain about all the things that are going wrong with your business. You can bring them up, that's fine. You can be like, hey, I have an issue, or hey, maybe I've discovered this in the last couple of months, with my significant other. But when I'm just oh, I'm really frustrated about this, and then a week of that, and the person's I don't want to hang out with you because you're not fun. I either get the tired you or the frustrated you, and I would want to hang out with a positive version of you. So just try to even if you can, just take a moment to collect yourself when you're transitioning from business time to social time, so you don't spend half of social time being an insufferable ass. That's my tip.
Good tip.
That was a good tip.
All the rest of us are alone and terrible people, so. Well, except for Blood and Huber.
I'm not alone.
Oh yeah. I think of you as a pure innocent baby boy. I can't think of you as having a relationship.
I'm not old enough to date yet.
Yeah. You'll get there, buddy. You'll get there, big guy.
You have to be 16. Yeah.
I just agree with what Brandon said. 100%. Yeah.
He said, I just agree.
Oh, just agree. Oh.
It didn't sound like disagree, though.
It did sound like disagree.
Social time is harsh time.
It's just really hard to separate work, to turn work off. It is really, really difficult.
Kind of what Ian was saying, the days have just been blurred together, and so my significant other goes to work at a set time, and she comes home, and I might be doing work, I might not be, or it could be 10 p.m. and I have to do it's just there's not a set time. I don't have hours, and that gets really weird.
Yeah, you have to be as positive and generous as possible, but I mean the other person is part of it too. They've got to understand and be understanding of what you're trying to do. Because yeah, it's a nebulous thing where the hours are not regular, always. So, yeah, hopefully you got cool people in your life. I don't know.
You do just shows about kids. You get your kid to play the games, then you cut that slice of production time right out.
I like that.
All right, little Johnny, this is the record button.
Yeah.
You just hit that.
None of us have kids, right? That second part of the question.
I have kids.
Okay, Ben's got kids.
Ben's
I got
got
4.
kids.
I got 2
Too
little
young to
daughters.
date, but I've got
2 daughters. Single
I got
dad.
2 little girls.
One of them is named Chie. The other is named Satanaka. All right. I'm really sorry, especially after I was chastising people. I have to pee so bad, so I'm going to read this question, and I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. This comes from Kid a Lot. He says, "Good day, allies. If you could interview anyone, living or dead, using a lasso of truth to obtain honest answers, who would you interview, and what would you want to find out?"
The head of Konami, right? Would there be one person at Konami that could
Right.
solve everything? Do you think? Does it go deep? There's like 20 people you got to talk to, or like is there one person?
It's like the Patriots, man. It's not one person.
Yeah, exactly. No one knows everything. Yeah.
No one
Yeah.
knows what happened.
What if all of Metal Gear is actually commentary on Konami?
Whoa.
Yeah. Only one man knows for sure.
I'd want to interview Ueda and find out what happened with the Last Guardian. I want all those juicy details.
Sure.
How long
I
is
would.
that? Go ahead, Brandon.
See, I don't even know his name. This is who's Belch and spiky hair from Final Fantasy VII? What's his name? The guy who took over 7 from Sakaguchi, basically. And
Nomura?
Nomura.
Nomura.
I'd grab Nomura and ask him what just 15, just to give me the
Great-
whole thing,
great
all
pick.
of it, all of it.
Cool.
Oh,
That'd
you
be a
mean
cool
versus
interview. Yeah.
13?
That'd be a good interview.
Help me love this game, because I don't care what happened. I just want to know. And yeah, what I know, I don't think is what happened.
I'd interview Roger Ebert
Whoa.
and be like, let me see the world through your critical eye.
Whoa.
So yeah, anyone or games? Yeah.
And probably living.
Anyone?
All right. Okay.
Oh.
Fine.
It says living or dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
The lasso of truth and undeath.
yeah. I don't know. There's nothing I want to know.
I mean, this would open a can of worms, and I'm not as interested in this anymore as I used to be because they came out and gave an answer, but I would like to interview someone on. Well, I never got to interview Miyamoto or Aonuma ever. It's like tried for 10 years, so it'd be nice to just pick their brains in general. But I just want them to get on record and go like Hyrule Historia timeline is bullshit. Like we made this up. We made this up to sell copies of a book and keep people interested in Zelda for like 15 years. Just to say that, just for the shitstorm that would follow after they admitted that. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
I guess I would ask Miyazaki if the pendant does anything.
He said it doesn't.
Oh yeah, he already said.
He already
it.
said
Yeah, they
Well, then I won't.
He
Yeah,
trolled
I figured
everyone.
it.
Yeah, it was a troll, unfortunately. There's no one at Capcom who
I'm
knows
happy
the
that it's
answer
a
to Mega
troll.
Man, so the stupid Mega Man 9 secret, they all lied, so
There isn't one.
we like interviewed everyone, they're like, we don't know. I'm like, someone in the marketing room just probably said like, this is a good idea, put it out there in a PR statement, and then everyone forgot about it. Now it's just like,
And
I
they're
think
doing
it's-
it again with the dummy finger, I'm sure.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
I think
the
it's
dummy
same
finger
dumb
is
thing.
gonna be great.
Yeah. Same dumb thing.
Yeah, you might see that on a future episode of something.
Whoa.
Ooh.
But we need RE7 to come out first, so we could see what it does.
Oh, okay.
He can't do it before RE7's out. Like
Gotcha.
yeah, it needs more.
Pump the brakes.
I would use the lasso of truth on Michael Pachter, I think.
What would you want to know?
I would ask him very personal, introspective questions.
Okay.
Our next question, we're just going to go through this one really quickly, not because it's not a good question, but because we can answer it. David Wodecki, any plans on ULC in Kingsglaive? Yes. More information coming soon. Chad Ball, what is your favorite sports team?
Los Angeles Dodgers.
Los Angeles Dodgers.
Wow.
Los
Sorry,
Angeles
guys.
Rams.
That's fair.
Oh.
It's the New York Giants.
They're coming, baby. Oh, nice.
Anaheim Ducks.
Ooh.
Gordon Bombay.
Yeah.
Bombay.
Bombay.
Ducks fly together, baby.
Oh, please.
Knuckle puck.
We rewatch those. Can they remake the Mighty Ducks, please? Yankees and the 49ers.
Yankees.
Yep.
Nice, man.
I used to love like their match in the early 2000s when they kept facing off against each other, and like everyone just wanted Boston to win. I'd be the one villain who was like, "Yeah, Jeter does it again." Every
Yes.
Boston fan's like, "We hate you. Do you not understand how much we suffer?"
Yes.
I like supporters.
Sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear.
No borders. I like the Winter Olympics.
Oh.
No.
I think you said no borders.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Break down
I like
walls.
no borders too.
No teams.
My favorite team is the Besaid Oryx, I think.
Okay.
Oh wait, I like the
I like the
Goers.
Gotham City Knights.
Yeah.
The Luca Getters.
Our next
Goers.
Damn it, man.
Goers, yeah.
Sorry, there have been a lot of these. This is from Caesar. He said, this question is for Dungeon Master Ben Moore. If you guys can chip in, feel free to. It is a two-part question. My guess is that the first part will be a quick yes or no answer, so I dare ask another one. In Tabletop Adventures, if Taylor the Swift would have had his untimely demise prior to facing the Viger, sorry, I don't know how to spell that, could a part of his body opened it? I don't remember
Yeah, it just
anything.
needed.
Is that where I lost?
He
Yeah,
put
you
his
cut
hand
his
in it.
hand off.
He cut his hand off and put blood in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, any part of his body.
So
Oh.
could we have used
Yes.
Taylor just whole
Okay.
body?
Yes, you could
Yeah,
have.
because there was a pile of corpses around the corner that we never found.
The thing for me though is when the kill order came down on Taylor de Swift, he, in my mind, was retconned from all proceedings. It's not like he just died in the game. Like my weird perspective was that he just got erased.
Oh, it's like the old Star Wars expanded universe stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
like Taylor.
If I remember right, we fell down into this room. Like we would have had to carry his dead body around with us to actually use it inside the Viger's mouth.
I mean, I guess if he died in that room.
Yeah, he died in the mushroom room and we left him there. Like we would have really had to carry him around.
Wasn't the mushroom room after that?
No, he died in the mushroom room.
Yeah,
I thought it was
mushroom
after
room.
the Liger door, though.
No, mushroom room for sure.
Liger door.
Uh,
Taylor
Right,
de
but
Swift.
after that door, we went through the door, and then it was the mushroom room, wasn't
Check the
it?
tape.
these are deep cuts.
Check
What
the
would have
tape.
been enough to? The second question is, what would have been enough to open the Viger? I guess Hagar went the extra mile by chopping his hand with an easier way. Yeah, so like Ian alluded to, there were dead bodies that they never found because they didn't look. That they could have used the appendages of, but it could have been anything. It didn't have to be a hand. It could have been a finger or a toe or something. The riddle was you have to give up a piece of yourself, and so it could have been something small.
Could have been hair.
Probably. In my mind, I was only thinking about body parts because I wanted to be some sort of sacrifice. But
If you remember, it moved like a little bit for some things, so I bet hair would have just made it move a little bit.
yeah, that's right.
Totally.
Kyle is right. Yep.
Man.
Oh boy. This next question is from Tim O'Keefe. He asked, the Allies have been hired to perform Inception on Kyle Bossman.
Yes.
Fire needs to plant the idea that A Link to the Past is a masterpiece deep in Kyle's subconscious. Of course, before you go into Kyle's dream, you will need your totem. It's a small, unique object, potentially heavy, something you can have on you at all time. You can't let anyone else touch it. That would defeat the purpose. Only you can know the characteristics of it. That way, when you look at your totem, you know beyond a doubt you're not in someone else's dream. What is your totem? Kyle can answer too if he likes.
Oh my god. I kind of want to make this like a special feature video.
Oh, the
Like
actual
an
Inception?
Inception on Kyle
know.
Bossman.
I wanna-
Like,
I
I
wanna
want to
do
make this
that.
real.
Going into Kyle's
This is a trick
dream.
question. If we answer and tell them what a totem is, it's gonna. Is the rule they can only if they touch it? Whoa.
I think he's just saying like the rules of the totem, but we still have to say what it would be
Yeah.
because we're not
You
actually.
can show someone your totem, they just can't touch it.
Okay, yeah, because in the movie, yeah, like they show off their totem, but the rule is you can't touch it. Once someone else touches it, it's ruined. You can't have it.
Kyle, what is
Um,
that?
What the heck?
It's a little
Oh, yeah.
glass rat.
I'm gonna mute and I'm gonna go grab mine, but
Brandon's
Yeah,
was
I'm gonna
Charizard.
Yep, Mega Charizard.
Nice. That's a good
Brandon,
totem.
I'm so happy that you clarified that as Mega Charizard.
Mine would be the shoe from Monopoly.
Nice.
I love that, Huber.
Nice.
Though I could easily recreate it in my dream, Huber. I know what a shoe from Monopoly feels like.
Yeah.
In 1993, I was 4 years old, and I thought Sonic the Hedgehog was the coolest thing in the world. Like, nothing was more important to me than Sonic the Hedgehog, and my favorite character was Tails. And on Easter morning, I woke up, and my parents tucked a Tails plushie, like, into my arms, and that's how I woke up. And it is, like, the best memory in my life. And so my talisman would be that Tails doll that I still have.
I've had this deck of cards for years,
Ooh,
and it's
fucking
like
Gambit.
they're like I don't know, you can't really see it, but they're like ratty and like kind of dirty. Like I had them in the Bahamas. Like I've had them for years, and I think there are some cards missing, but like I've always just kept them around because I like the way they feel. So I think these would be my totem.
I got one for hardcore Final Bossman fans, actually. I did an Inception reference with this seashell, and I got it still. Spin that seashell. That's a cool one.
What about the pine cone, Kyle?
Pine cone, I still have to. I got that too.
Is that the vine cone? I've got a Metroid Prime pin from E3 2002. Went for beating the Metroid Prime demo or something like that.
Whoa, that's
Too
pretty cool,
cool,
bud.
Bloodworth.
That's really cool.
Too cool.
Should probably use an Infinity figure because, as Kyle has proven on shows he has produced, I have a physical kinetic connection to Infinity figures, to recognizing their shape.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah,
That was good, Jones.
Wait, did everyone go?
Go ahead.
All right. So within this box right here,
Oh yeah.
Ooh, here we go.
here we go. This is from 2003. This is. Oh, there we go. It is a Triforce pin that you got for being a moderator on the Nintendo forums. Closer.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go. You got
Unfortunately, the
this.
camera can't handle that focus.
Oh, I can't see my own shot, so I could
It's
like.
cool, though. It's really
Yeah.
cool.
But it's just like this gold like thing, and it comes in this like really cool like box from Nintendo, and it has like the Triforce, and it says like in Japanese, wisdom, courage, and power. And you only got one if you were a moderator of Nintendo's forums back in like 2003. Yeah,
What did you do to become a moderator?
post a lot. I think I told you guys the story how like there was I called in when I was little. I used to call the Nintendo Power, not the hotline, but the customer service where you could talk to about general
Right.
things, but not gameplay tips. And I used to just call them to talk about Nintendo stuff because I was like, man, there were like a lot of online forums and stuff. So I was like, I'm just gonna call them up to chat and stuff, and it doesn't cost money. So they're like the first day of the forums, like everyone like I guess whatever. There weren't a lot of people posting anymore, and I was kind of bored. So I called up Nintendo, and I was like, "Hey, like, you gonna do anything like special at the forums and stuff?" I'm really excited that you opened them and stuff. And they were like, "Yeah, like we saw a lot of activity. There was even this like one person who posted like 200 posts today." And I was like, "Yeah, that was me." yeah,
That's so cool. That's so cool.
The funny
was
thing
like-
is I remember calling that customer service line well enough that I know the number off the top of my head,
Whoa.
but I don't remember whatever called them for. Like I remember them having really cool hold music and all that stuff, but
Just
why
to
was I
talk,
calling
man.
them?
Oh yeah, they
I wasn't
played
calling them
talk
just to
Nintendo.
talk. I was calling them for specific reasons, but I don't know what those were.
That might be my favorite
Yeah, that's
story
amazing.
ever. That is a really good one.
Kyle, is this valuable? Can you see this?
Jones and I have a couple of those.
It's the foil shiny.
Right now, look at Jones right now.
It's like shiny and foil on the
Oh, yeah.
Charizard part.
Yeah.
That is exactly what Josh said.
Yeah, awesome.
Is it first edition?
Yeah, this is like
Oh.
from whenever it came out. This
Oh,
is
no,
the one
It would say first edition on it though.
where
Beneath Charizard to the left.
beneath Charizard to the left.
Beneath the drawing of him, there would be a to the left.
It's like a circle, a black circle with a 1 on it, and then it has like addition like going over the top of the circle.
Oh, no, it just says nah, and the
It's got a regular
copyright
Charizard.
95, 96, 98, Nintendo Creatures, Game Freak, copyright 1999.
That's what mine says.
Yeah, I don't see any weird, cool stuff. Oh well. Lies.
Mwah. So
That's the
cool.
only Pokemon card I have, and it's actually my brother's. I took it from him. 'Cause he didn't
Damn.
appreciate- He didn't have any. He didn't appreciate it.
He doesn't have any because you took it from him.
So we are at 2:05. How would you guys feel about answering 3 more questions? Does that sound good to everybody?
Sure. Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Our next question comes in from Arkham Fantasy. Konnichiwa, allies. Have you ever played a game that was so difficult you couldn't review it?
Ooh.
No, it's always a fear though. But no.
There was one Huber almost gave up on. Huber, you remember
Bombshell.
Bombshell.
Boss.
I was scared for Huber. I felt
I
so
almost
bad.
did.
I walked away from that conversation, Huber, and I'm like, I'm a
Dude.
bad human being. I'm making Huber do this.
It was like not a hard game. It was the easiest game ever, and then there was this boss who was just like really like you couldn't get away from his attacks. It was like unavoidable attacks, and I just kept trying. And like on the 100th try, I just got lucky. So, yeah, it's trash.
Games like that are the worst, where it's like it's not hard, it's just bad. So you get frustrated. That's the danger for me, is like just getting irritated so much that I stop.
I have a lot of respect for Bloodworth because if I couldn't talk to anybody, if I was like one of the first few people to play The Witness, I definitely would have gotten super fucking stuck. Like to the point where I'd be worried about finishing it.
This isn't a review, but one game that made me really sad was when I was working on the Final Fantasy. Not because the game is bad, but the exact opposite. When I was doing the Final Fantasy retrospective, I did an Vagrant Story, and
Attack of the Robots.
I absolutely knew nothing about Vagrant Story.
Right.
I was like, oh, Vagrant Story is an Evilise 2. I'm like, I'll play that, and I like mapped out an amount of time to play Vagrant Story, and then got into it, and like Vagrant Story is amazing, but it's so slow. Like all of the battle encounters are it's like tactics. It just like really like molasses moves along. I was captivated the entire time, but I just didn't so when I went into editing that video, the amount of footage I had to represent Vagrant Story, I was like ashamed of. I'm like, this is embarrassing. Like this game is so cool, and I not only do not have time to play it before this video, I got to do the next video next week, and then just jump to a whole different set of games. And I never went back and finished game. I just should stream some Vagrant Story.
You should.
Yeah,
It's a
that'd
good
be
game.
cool. That'd be
It's a
cool.
really good game. Still got it.
I like Vagrant Story.
I had a similar thing with Huber, where like the final boss of Dewey's Adventure, the Wii game, like I couldn't beat that thing. But the thing was, is since it was just the final boss, and I like did the whole encounter, I just couldn't beat it. Like I was still able to do the review. It was just like no. But I think there was like some Zoids game on GameCube or something. I don't know if that was too hard. It was just like it was like one of the few reviews that I just gave up on. It was like, no, I'm just not. I'm not gonna finish this. This is not gonna happen.
Wow.
Ouch.
What was the game? Dewey's Adventure?
Dewey's Adventure is the one where I couldn't beat the final boss.
All right, if we ever have to make a bet against Blood, he has to beat Dewey's Adventure.
I am clipping
Yeah.
that out, Kyle.
Yeah,
That was
clip
amazing.
that out. That's
That
good
is-
stuff.
You saying wow? Oh my god,
That's comedy.
Because it's not a very Bloodworth thing to say, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, second to last question. This is from Wantonio86. Guys, is there any way I can help you with Spanish subtitles for your videos?
So we actually, we should make this announcement. We actually are getting Spanish subtitles for our videos now. In fact, our most recent reviews, Zero Time Dilemma, Starshin 5, Song of the Deep, and what was the most recent review?
Mighty Number 9?
Yeah, Mighty Number 9. Those all have Spanish subtitles now. If you go to the closed captioning,
That's really cool.
we need to add that to the description of those videos. And actually, I think I forwarded something to Huber. We just got the latest Huber syndrome subtitled in Spanish as well.
Oh, crazy.
The person just needs to know how to spell your friend's name, Huber. If you take a look at your emails.
Which
and,
friend?
someone on the most. The person sent in an email to you, like specifically the spot, like they didn't understand. But I mean, you get to like reply back, and
I enjoy that.
I don't have that email.
I sent it to your Easy Allies email.
It's from Damiani? Yeah, I don't.
No, it's from the Easy Allies account, like the main Easy Allies account. Anyway, yeah, we're starting to get Spanish subtitles on at least our reviews and some of our shows. Just probably not the longer stuff, because that's a lot of work to ask for somebody. Yeah.
And he's a professional too. That's the thing why it like really made sense. Is like he knows exactly what he's doing. And then I sent it off to somebody else to just make sure that he wasn't trolling us, and we're good.
Yeah.
Thank you for offering. I mean, all the requests for help are just wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much.
Our final question, and I think this is appropriate for this group, comes from Thomas Rogers.
Congratulations, Thomas.
By the skin of your teeth.
If you could pick a dream launch lineup for the Nintendo NX, what would your top 3 games be? I want everyone to answer this.
Top 3.
Zelda, Metroid, Mario.
Yep.
Zelda, Metroid, Mario.
Wait a minute.
Zelda, Metroid, Mario.
No. You can't get off that easy. You can't get
Zelda,
off
Metroid, Mario.
Ooh.
get off that easy. You have to
What
say
are they?
what they
I
are.
want made up subtitles.
Okay.
You have to describe the games.
Metroid Prime 4. Just,
What makes it Metroid Prime 4 though? Where are you going?
All right. This isn't hype enough.
This is gonna take forever if we do that.
All right.
You can take it with you. AR Metroid in real life, and you can walk around with the NX, the portable device, and it's just like Pokemon Go, except it's the next level of Pokemon Go. You're not just doing this. You got full-on controllers. You're on the bus.
Negative Ghost Rider.
I'd rather
Metroids
have
are
a
coming
good
at you right and
2D.
left.
I'd rather have a good 2D Metroid.
There you go. Metroid Souls. Done.
Yeah.
We're done. We're done.
Yes.
Nintendo can't pull that off though.
So I think we all
It
want
says
Breath of the
Nintendo's
Wild.
making
right?
it.
Breath of the
No one
Wild
can
pretty
pull that
much
off.
takes
Breath
up
of the
Game
Wild
War
doesn't
3.
count. You can't say
Yeah.
Zelda is no. Two
Exactly.
other examples.
No, it
Animal
counts. It's a
Yeah, it counts.
No,
launch
it
game.
is, but that's obvious. Like it already exists, confirmed. Like this
We're
is
talking
dream
about
lineup. Like you need to add more to the hype.
It is my dream.
So like,
Obviously, I want my Animal Crossing, but that's just selfish.
so you
That's
know,
good. That's good.
Brad
Animal
should have
Crossing is
answered.
coming.
Brad should have answered Kingdom Hearts 3 launching.
I'm already getting that on PS4. I don't need it on NX.
No, it's coming out
NX is
NX
better than
first.
PS4.
NX
is
first.
better than
No, it
PS4.
won't.
Wait, Brad. Would you not play it on NX if it came out on NX first? Like
No,
if it was like
Of course I'll play it on NX. I'm not a maniac. I play on Xbox.
I heard Mario. Someone described the Dream Mario.
So like successor to Mario 64, a huge open world like that. Walk around the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah.
Seamless open world or like staged like worlds, like smaller worlds.
Ooh, seamless.
Seamless would be great, but
Like
I would
Sunshine.
but I would like some areas you can go into like a different world or something.
I don't know. Sunshine. I don't feel like Sunshine was very seamless, Kyle Bossman.
But no. Think about like you get into cannons and it shoots you over to like the amusement park part. In this version, when you get shot in the cannon, the camera would never cut. You would go in the cannon, you would just fly over to the amusement park.
I'm thinking of Breath of the Wild Mario, one seamless Mushroom Kingdom.
I'm down. I'm so
100,
down.
Nice.
120 stars
Mario?
Yes.
scattered throughout the kingdom of
Ooh.
Mushroom Kingdom.
Non-multiplayer, set up context for where everything is in the Mario universe.
Yes.
So down. You would see some crazy Mario fan come out of Jones that you've never seen before. You'd be like, where's this guy? And it's like, the guy that's been waiting since Galaxy 2.
Wait for every
like,
single game ever made to just be open world. Brandon Jones.
exactly.
They're,
Mario Towers.
Mario Towers.
Mario Towers.
Tower defense.
Mario Tower
But no. It's like because Mario climbing a tower in an open world would actually be sick. I'm with you, Jones. I think it'd be pretty cool, actually.
What about
I mean, I don't know about fully open world, but I definitely would want to see like a traditional Mario, like a Mario 3, like made into 3D. Like they've never really done that. Like the 3D Marios have been like completely different, like almost like different worlds in a way.
Mm-hmm.
no Fire Emblem love? Does someone want to see a Fire Emblem launch title? Like
Not for launch. You need that. You need that in the later, maybe in the summertime we launch our Fire Emblem, but not for launch.
I definitely want that Mario Kart 8 team doing F-Zero.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Oh, what about like a console Pokemon game? Actually,
That's Brad took it.
Yeah, MMO.
No,
it doesn't even have to be an MMO.
I don't want an MMO, but I want. So if the NX is something that you can take around with you, I want to be able to interact with people more. Like I want to be able to, like when I'm at home playing 7th generation Pokemon on the NX, I want to be able to go on that adventure and get absorbed into it. But when I take the NX with me, I want to be able to interact with people and have it be more social, like some sort of like street pass sort of thing that actually like matters.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like what if it pings you while you're walking by and it's like, there's a trainer here. Do you want to battle?
Yeah, exactly. So like a good Pokemon Go, kind of.
It's not gonna. No, it's gonna happen. I gotta believe. Nintendo versus Capcom fighting game.
Nice. Yeah,
That
that's a
game
good
would
launch
be
title.
amazing.
That's a really good launch
Stealth
title.
announced during their September presentation for NX.
So I got a game where Retro's doing this. It's a third-person stealth game starring Donkey Kong, where they stole his banana, but there's no stealth. The setup is all stealth. like there's people with vision cones and everything, and like security cameras. But then you just roll through this office building, and you just destroy everything.
The alarms keep going off.
Yeah. And it just doesn't matter. You're just trying to climb this one office to get to the guy who stole.
You should have a stealth scoring system at the and like C is the best you can get. Like it's literally like with the mechanics of the game, it is physically impossible to get anything. Like we make like 10 years down the road, we make like a B- Game Sleuth episode where like somebody claimed to get a B- on one stage, and like no lies.
Yeah. You want to get the worst score possible for your stealth. That's really cool.
Legit though, I want the Waluigi Sneak and Love series.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that was Stealth Romance, right?
Yeah.
Stealth Romance.
Yeah,
Hey, man.
and then the first one you're trying to set up everybody else, and then the second game is all your friends trying to set Waluigi up, and then the third game was Waluigi's kid is old enough to date.
Stealth Romance is so good.
You're following them in the car. Like,
Yeah.
Like trying to find out what each one likes to put them together. It's the greatest
trying to
idea for
stay
a game.
far enough away from the car not to get noticed.
There's a Waluigi Sneak and Love subreddit.
I'm gonna say Castlevania, and the tagline will be Castlevania comes home. Nintendo
Nice.
coming home, going back to its roots,
Context.
classic style.
I want Bloodborne 2 to come out exclusively on the NX. Yeah. And it is like the greatest Souls game, and people just have to accept that it's on a Nintendo platform only.
What a crazy cultural shift that would be.
Yeah.
It's on Nintendo NX
fun to
and
watch.
Xbox 360 only.
Wow.
But the Xbox 360 version is only single player.
Yeah, no multiplayer.
Oh well.
Go ahead.
I mean, it's a total dream scenario because the company basically doesn't exist anymore. So I don't know who would make it. Would be Eternal Darkness.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, they're trying to make it.
Back.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
everyone
I
said
know,
no.
I know the Eternals. Yeah,
Yeah.
the funding didn't work out. I don't know what they're still doing with it, but that's the thing. Like even what they were working on, it was weird. It was not. It
What you
didn't
want. I get you.
fully capture the spirit of what I wanted. Yeah.
We just made a really good launch, guys. We did it.
Kyle,
Yeah,
that
next is
Donkey Kong thing was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it sounds fun. Sounds short.
It won't be too long. It'll be 8 hours.
Before we sign off, does anyone else have any other amazing game launch ideas?
I still want to make the spin-off Kingdom Hearts game with Winnie the Pooh and Adam Sandler that me and Kyle talked about.
What?
That'd still be the dream.
Sandler and Pooh.
Yeah. Hey, Pooh.
Sandy Poo.
Thank you. That was a great way to end it.
Cool.
That's going to do it for the July community comments. Thank you, everybody that submitted questions via Patreon. I'm sorry we didn't get to all of you. We got maybe 50-60% of the way up. But yeah, we're going to be doing this around the same time next month for August. And again, it's for $20 and up patrons. Yeah, and if you want more of us, you can go to easyallies.com. There you can access everything we've got, our YouTube, our Twitch, our Patreon, everything like that. And it's got a great, I really have to say our forums have become an excellent place. A lot of positivity, a lot of excitement, a lot of passion, a lot of good conversations happening on the Easy Ally forum. So if you want to meet and talk with good people, go there, please. But yeah, that's going to do it. I'm going to be streaming the first 3 levels of Battletoads in 40 minutes. So that'll be on twitch.tv/easyallies.
Man, I'm
Nice.
so excited for that stream.
It's gonna the thing is the only part that's hard is the 3rd level.
Yep. Have fun,
Yes.
dude.
It's gonna be
Good luck, man. Good luck.
yeah, it's gonna be a mess. So come check that out. Does anybody else want to pimp anything?
I've got one more launch game.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
A Tenchu style game.
Yes.
Starring
I like-
Sheik.
Yes.
I'm not into that.
I'm so into that.
Why are you not into that?
Because of context. Because I'm worried that it would feel like, oh, we want to make a cool stealth game. It's I don't know. I'm just worried. I'm worried about the tone.
Okay.
I'm worried like a Super Princess Peach situation.
Well, yeah, would you stab a Goron or something? You're just gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Oh," or something. Can't do that.
Yeah,
Can't do that.
she is very. I don't know. I'm worried about it.
Just crumbles into
Yeah. Yeah, you can't do that.
Brad, the Gora music from Ocarina of Time is playing while you're fucking stabbing.
I'm not okay with this.
Tomorrow at noon. How does that sound for some Star Wars Episode 7 Lego?
Dang.
Force Awakens finally. Tomorrow at noon.
Jones.
Is it free? Looks free. Is it free?
Mark it in, Jones.
All right. Make it happen.
Tonight at 9 p.m., me and Don go to hell.
This will be
Check it
hype.
out.
Is this branded as Easy Update or is this its own thing?
It's easy update 19.
Okay, cool. Should be good. Thank you, allies, for answering the questions and being fun and entertaining as always. You guys were great.
Abzu and Brandon Plays Pokemon. Abzu Review, Brandon Plays Pokemon, Episode 10 finale today.
Whoa.
Well,
Yeah.
Abzu review will be Monday night. But
Abzu Review will be Monday night, but I'll edit it today. Get hyped. Get hyped for editing a review before it comes out.
Yes.
Hyped.
Sweet.
Cut that tomorrow then. All right.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Got a lot of bunch of stuff to look forward to. All right, thanks, everybody.
Thank you.